Hey, it's Ross Payton with Rollband Public Radio. This is the 8th C, an Eclipse phase campaign. Criminal. In the last adventure, the Wednesday group, they went out because they play on Wednesday, and that's how I keep it in my head. Traveled across Mars, bringing a cargo hauler full of illegal fabricators and raw materials to meet up with the nomads in a crater, somewhat in the southern polar region of Mars, so they can fabricate an army of synthmorphs and weapons and vehicles and that kind of thing, so they can, launch an assault against the polar fortress. So they accomplished that after many mishaps, which, they picked up a hitchhiker, they got attacked by something, and they shot back at it, they retreated, they don't know what it was, who they were, who the attackers were. So it's all fine. They're hanging out with nomads now. But you have a different mission, and that is to establish the beachhead, because it is a well-guarded polar fortress, because fortress. Also, the Night Cartel has a lot of money to buy security and weapons.
Now, when you say that it's a fortress, are we talking a digital fortress that we're going to have to intrude, or are we talking a physical fortress like moats and razor wire and
none of those things,
attack dogs, and
more like guardian swarms and
disassembler swarms, yeah,
and probably sentry guns.
Definitely sentry guns. It's in the southern polar region. It's in the Darsa Argenta region, which is noted for having a lot of ridges, and so
also for making cheese.
Yes, no, it's very cold. It's lots of hundreds of meters of ice. But the problem, so they situate the force in the middle between the fortress. So basically, it's in the center of a valley surrounded by these natural ice walls all around it. But of course, they would have sensor stations on top of all these ridges in order to detect airborne attacks and landborne attacks. That leaves you really one option, because even though you have an army, you don't have. Your army still has to. You can't just fight a dumb fight of brute force, because they have more material. They have just more raw materials than you. That you have to. They'll have more guys with guns and weapons and ammo than you do. So you have to fight smart. And the best way to do that is to dig, because they aren't. They don't think somebody will do that. They aren't that.
They doubt our foolishness.
They doubt your foolishness. So.
How dare
Elzar and Calamity have planned this. And basically, you have to get probably 50 kilometers away, burrow in, and dig long tunnels. Because your army is going to be made up primarily of flex spots, which are flexible. So you don't have to build very long tunnels. You can just build very narrow tunnels, and the flex spots can all squeeze through there.
Dufresne our way through it. So.
And of course Lawrence could go, but then the rest of you could either teleoperate drones or flex spots, or re-sleeve into a flex spot. But that's going to be the prime. But of course, once the flex spots take down the perimeter guards and sensor arrays on those ridges, as I mentioned before. Then you can bring in the party wagon full of heavy weapons and start the rock and roll. So basically, that's sort of the overall plan. But this requires a bit of time and patience, because even though you're deep under the ice, you could still be detected if you're careless, and there's a lot of digging to do. So the first thing is to actually get to the site, which has been calculated as being as close as you can get without having to worry too much about being detected by the fortress, and also still being in a geographically advantageous area for your ice tunnel. So you have a couple ways of doing that. Right now, we're going to start you back in New Shanghai, so all of you can sort of do research and plan and talk, of course, if you want to call in favors to get better equipment for yourself, change into your morphs for something better suited, or get implants for, you're going to be in a place that's real cold.
Almost like we're digging through ice and making tunnels through ice.
On Mars. So it's going to be like negative 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be cold. You also have to think about how you want to do this approach. Because the obvious thing would be to fly in, but it's going to be real windy And so you're going to need a real good pilot to do it. You could do an orbital drop, but that might be suspicious, so you have to figure out some way to plan it, i.e. go back up in space and hijack a comet. And
as we said back in Higgs and Dracones, diving through the atmosphere onto Mars is going to be Operation, I think that's Flat Cat.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do that.
Yeah, excellent point. It is. There are some risks. You could go over land, but that's going to take even more time.
Oh God, this is going to be Operation Sewer Cat.
Well, yeah, ice. I mean,
I'm just reminded of Maxim 11. Everything is airdroppable at least once.
This is true.
Yeah.
So the best thing is to get a real good pilot. They'll have to make some good piloting checks because basically you have to approach from such a way that you have to fly low and that kind of thing. And so you definitely you can't trust an autopilot to do this.
Now we do have a good pilot.
Aircraft, not spacecraft.
Mm-hmm.
My aircraft is so-so. It's 35.
Well, you've got res points. I'm sure there are simulators for rent you can learn on the fly. Yeah, because I'm sure that's how that works.
But you could call in favors to get an expert pilot, or, for example, you could basically get the beta fork of a pilot who just stays in the vehicle and then sort of forks out after you land, and so they're not there for the entire thing. That kind of thing is certainly doable. You could recruit a mercenary pilot who is with you the entire mission, and then, of course, you have a helper NPC. And of course, you're going to have some egos. You're going to have some FlexBot cultists with you to do the grunt work. And of course, it has to be a cargo plane because you need to get a fabricator and some raw materials to build the mining equipment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, what do you guys want to do? You can do research to figure out. You have a general approach you think would be good, but you could probably improve it with getting weather forecasts or.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So, well,
I think I'll start with researching the weather and the terrain.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get my hands on some geographical surveys.
Okay, so Zemo's doing that.
Okay.
SAIROC, what are you doing?
as possibly as a two-pronged, maybe splitting the difference and doing a two-pronged approach, because my only concern is putting all of our eggs in one basket for the drop approach might make us vulnerable.
Well, it'll be landing the cargo plane.
Yeah. So maybe having somebody else on the ground in a resistant morph to be able to a cold resistant morph to be able to act as more of a oversight could be helpful. Is it possible that we could get a hold of a holder?
You could. Basically, that's not in the main book. I don't think.
No, it's not. I just want to.
But a synth morph will do it. Like any synth morph, especially with industrial armor or better, will do it. So, because robot, or you could just take any biomorph and get the cold resistance implants. So you can get a spotter down there. Yeah, that would definitely help.
And at least I thought about that too.
They could actually make a landing pad for you, a landing field.
Landing pad, and also having somebody direct to direct the tunnelers, just in case if we need.
Well, that's an entire separate thing. First, you have to get there. You have to get the stuff to the ground.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
and then basically the plan is also to basically cannibalize the ship for raw materials to make your mining machines.
Okay, that makes sense. So.
And then you dig straight down. And so you're basically all really committed to this. There's no way home. There's no way back after that point.
Okay.
All right, so what do you think about do you know what you want to do?
Okay, yeah, I definitely want to see if I can get the implants information. Would I be able to do like a morph design roll to be able to see if I can
just go in the book gear section and look at what implant you want to get. There's definitely one called enhanced temperature or something like that.
Also, got it.
Neil, did you know what you want to do? But I'm just getting everybody's action.
I think so. Were you were researching weather and like the terrain around the facility?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and the drop site particularly, because you need to you don't want to get too close. From the air.
I want to see how much information I can get on the layout of the fortress itself and see where the best place would be to dig up.
How do you want to do that? What skill do you want to use? I will say for free, your guess. This is not a publicly known site. Public maps. They're provided by the Planetary Consortium, satellite imagery. They're basically Mars. The equivalent of Google Earth, Google Mars, essentially does not show it. even though it is. But you've gotten satellite images of it, so they're paying off at least some planetary consortium officials to hide it. So you're going to have to figure out how you're going to get that data, because obviously the Night Cartel is taking links to, keep it off the grid. So you could do a research check that's going to get you not as good information as like a favor from certain groups, or you could do infosec checks against that. Well, that would be like, first you have to figure out who you want to hack. So that could be a research check about who to hack. So what do you think about that, Lawrence? What do you want to do?
I'm trying to think. There's can't really get like a security detail unless I get eyes on the place.
Well, once you get, like I said, you've gotten some images of it. Calamity was the one who knew about it, so she had some. So you have some satellite photos of it.
I'm going to do what I tried to use security ops just to kind of see what I glean from what I can see.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, all right. So we'll make that robot. Zemo.
I got a 007 on the roll.
Okay, with a 7, basic success. You get better weather forecasting from sort of commercialized, everything's privatized here. The forecasting services and some better geographical data. So the pilot will be able to negate some of the penalties on some of the checks. Because everything's going to be like at a negative 30. But now it'll be at a negative 20 for their pilot.
So that's
checks.
good.
Yeah.
68.
68, did that succeed?
Out of 70.
Okay, so again, satellite photos, just top-down shot. You do see some visible sensor arrays modules on those ridges, as I described. It's
zoom and enhance.
Yeah, but the main fortress itself is just this circular structure, a dome, but it's armored. You're guessing they just have little cameras. They don't have actual glass because, again, Polar Fortress glass is a little, even high-tech future glass is a little
space glass, not
good insulating material. So, a little Terradome-ish if you want to get Technodrome-ish if you want to get
G.I. Joe or
TNT.
TNT.
But big enough. You would guess they would probably be able to support up to 200 biomorphs, or in terms of in dense living space, or about 50 people in luxurious space, depending on probably luxurious.
They're synth morphs. They can just stack them up.
They undoubtedly have some tunnels, ice tunnels underneath the structure, but there is a separate power station. It's big enough that it has to have its own little power station. It would obviously have backup power. You can see it's definitely they're geared towards aerial. They're aimed at defending against aerial assaults and infiltrators. They don't think. Yeah.
Did you say that they have their own ice tunnels
directly underneath it?
Yeah,
Lawrence, they've got their own tunnels directly underneath. You say?
Yeah, most likely.
It would. I mean, you don't know for sure, but
it's
it
a
would
good
be
bet.
highly
It'd be foolish if they didn't.
Yeah, that's probably where they stick the infrastructure. I'll just say also with that successful check, this kind of place, they're still the Night Cartel, they're still a mafia, they still like luxury, even when they're hiding out from an assault, when they're in a vicious gang war with other cartels. So it's probably going to be 50 or so people, but they probably have an unknown number of robot and synth morph guards in the tunnels below.
Yeah, so I'm already thinking that this is something that we're going to take sappers into, because we collapse the tunnels underneath. You know what we're doing?
Yep.
1, we're bringing down the house.
Oh,
2, we're denying resources.
Yeah.
I have demolitions now.
Okay, so Aaron, did you figure out what implants you want?
Yeah, so at least for being able to do so. No, not combat on. I don't need combat right now.
Yeah.
So, just right there. Oh my god, what did I do? So, I was going to go with the differences on there. Oh, there it is. So we do have the cold tolerance is pretty allowed on Mars. Would it be possible to get the full cryogenic protection just in case?
Well, just look at the cost. Like, how much does it cost? Like, these are.
It just says the complex EGP. So mod divided by 2.
Mod. So it's a moderate favor to get that.
Okay. So, and I forgot for the new system. Do moderate favors reset after the first after one session, or is it 2 sessions?
Actually, I think it's been enough. Yeah, you can get your moderate favors back.
Okay.
Your major favors do not come back until you can do a score.
Yeah. So I knew.
Actually, I will say the polar assault will definitely count as that because it's going to be big.
Yeah. So would this count as a major favor then to get this kind of?
No, it says moderate on there, doesn't it?
Yes.
So then it's a moderate favor.
Okay. So
yeah.
All right. Yep.
That's how they make it easier. So yeah. So you can do that. Go and make a favor check. It's at base of whatever network you want to use. Nil?
Yeah, I'm going to look for somebody, an agent of the Night Cartel, to hack. Could I use some of my suspicion to either find someone or say I know someone who works there?
You sure can. That's a good call.
I'm going to do that.
All right. Cool. So you know a Night Cartel fixer. God, give me a name for a fixer. Fingers. Okay, Fingers the AGI is it's an AI program for crime, a crime GI. Anyway, the Fingers is definitely the kind of person or entity that would be connected in that, and definitely hackable. They're pretty good infosec specialists, but like they're not like unimpenetrable. Top of the line. So you could go after them.
I'll organize a.
You can do a subtle intrusion against them.
Yeah, organize a rendezvous somewhere via my alternate ego ID.
You want to talk to them? You want to talk to Fingers?
Well, I mean, are we meeting physically, or are we meeting like in the mesh?
Well, what do you want to do? Like Fingers is an AGI, so they're in the mesh like you most of the time, but they can't.
Okay.
They can sleeve into a body as well.
I assumed that I was like interacting with someone physically, but if I get them through the mesh, then just as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can arrange a physical meeting with them. That would mean if you the advantage of doing a physical meeting is if you get them and you get access to their cyber brain, you can get everything, and they can't get away because you physically have their brain. So the downside is they're probably going to have security. A couple of hired goons as guards. So that would be kind of an all-team thing. But if you do a mesh hacking, that's more. You could do that by yourself, but you probably won't get as much information.
I've got a lot of irons in the fire. I think I'll do it quick and dirty.
Okay.
In the mesh.
Go ahead and give me an info check.
Info. 1.
Okay. They got a 54. Which is a success. So, blackjack rules. They detect you and start tracing you.
Okay. How do I shake that?
Give me another infosec check.
And that's a fail no matter which way I swing it.
Okay. Well, that's a 48. So you have been traced. I will say you are not doing it at the hideout, but you have been, your location is physically known. And let's say you're in the Dragonfly morph, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll say you're just on a mesh server, or you're connected to the mesh. Where are you? Where would you do this in New Shanghai?
Space coffee shop.
Yes.
Queequeg's. It's at the Queequeg's coffee place around the corner. That's across the street from the other.
It's Bill's choice.
It's a sleazy coffee shop, someplace
sleazy coffee shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the coffee still has the grounds in it.
Yeah, synthmores have to pay quite a bit actually just to get in the door because all they do is use the mesh there because they're synthmores. All right, but yeah, they know you're there.
Okay, I'm bugging out then.
Okay, give me a perceive check.
Perceive. For heck's sake, I will flip that with a flex.
Okay.
And that's a 36.
Okay. Yep. You notice a guardian angel drone is following you.
Okay.
It would be trivial for a fixer like that to call in favors to remote control a drone in the vicinity.
Then I'm going to... My infiltrate isn't great. I'm going to try to just outrun it.
Sure.
Pilot air.
Yeah.
Not much better, but it's better.
Mm-hmm.
27.
That
Success.
beats an 18. You start getting away. You get away. But yeah.
Find an alley somewhere to duck in, lay low for an hour.
Okay. As you give me another perceive check. Do you have chameleon cloaking or anything?
I think not on the dragonfly. I assume I can't wear smart clothing in a non-humanoid morph.
Yeah, not like that. Well, actually, I mean, smart clothing. Yeah, but yeah, that's fair. Anyway, so you failed, or no, you did.
I succeeded.
Okay. They notice you. I will give you a plus 20 on your infiltrate check to hide because you've had time.
It's fail.
Can you flip it?
I can flip it to a 7.
Well, that's better than failing.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Okay.
Done.
All right. They critically failed, and you succeeded.
Okay.
So you watch them, clearly the Guardian drone and another Dragonfly morph appears pretty quickly after, starts scanning the area. And pretty soon there's a couple of case morphs in the area, all in like a grid. But then they
systematically searching the area.
Mm-hmm. But they don't find you.
Okay.
So.
Whew.
So that didn't go well.
No.
But meanwhile, let's see here. Zemo, you got in the weather data and everything. You still don't have a pilot. I mean, I guess you have a pilot, but what do you want to do?
I'm going to take a little bit of initiative on my own, and I'm going to find us a pilot.
Okay.
I'm going to go through the mercenary network, see if I can contact a criminal that I know.
Sure.
And I'm going to flip that from a 48 to an 84. What do I spend to flip the networking? Is that...
Moxie. Moxie reflects.
Moxie works?
Yep. So, what is your ideal pilot? You're on, Plinder. It's like Tinder, but for pilots.
Winging a prayer.
Winging a prayer. There we go. Yeah, that's what it's really called. Yeah.
Porco Rosso, the plunder.
No, I like Winging a Prayer. It was originally a Christian dating site. Then a bunch of corporate takeovers, and it's a Winging a Prayer. It's an odd corporate story. Anyway, sorry.
Actually, here's my thought. I wanted to grab a mercenary that I have worked with at some point in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'm basically going to say, hey, do you remember job X-23?
Mm-hmm.
This is similar to that, except windier.
Okay.
I know that you can do this, and we're willing to pay you money. And as per your usual request, Air Jacques Cousteau, we are going to pay you halfway in wine.
Air Jacques Cousteau, okay.
Darkest timeline, Jacques Cousteau. Or at least that's who he thinks he is. But he soars through space like it is the ocean.
Okay. So you get space. What is the name? Was it Flipper the Talking Dolphin?
That's
his
no
name.
Darwin.
The one who had the
not the one from your favorite show.
Yeah, Flipper. Yeah,
Flipper.
So you get Space Flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah. No, it's just Flipper in space. Hey, I know. I'm the muse of Space Jacques Cousteau, and unfortunately, he's facing trial for numerous charges. If you could break him out, he'd be happy to pilot you. He's only being held at a low security facility. Here's the information I can give you now.
Okay, let's get that information.
Okay.
Remember?
So, you get that. It seems he's being held in his current morph, his original morph. So you're not quite sure what's going on with that, but yeah. So you have if you can get him out, it seems like he's not like in super deep water. He just can't leave right now. kind of more of a house arrest, it seems like. Yeah.
Well, we can get through house arrest.
Yeah.
I think we got that one.
I mean, I guess we do. I mean, what are we doing? why are we breaking in to get him out, or?
It's Space Jacques Cousteau. You remember how he did on the job with the thing?
No, I really don't. I don't follow pilots. They do their own thing. I steal shit.
Okay, remember the safe, the Barrington 827-Alpha Prime?
Oh, the Jaeger model. Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, it was the job where we cracked that one. Well, you cracked that one.
Well, you arranged the getaway. I didn't talk to that freak.
You guys drank like 18 bottles after the night was over. Together.
That's why he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
He kept calling you calamari and trying to suck on your tentacle.
Oh.
I would think you would remember that.
2 things about that. 1, I was drinking water, and 2, I let him. He gave us a discount if he could do that. I don't think he was aware of it, but he did.
All right.
Okay, so do we want that guy again? He was good. He did the job.
He was
a little weird, but he did the job.
Look, if he's what we got, I mean, I'll go with him, but he better not suck at any body part of mine again.
Can we implant the skill where appropriate boundaries?
That's psychosurgery.
We don't have a psychosurgeon. And you know what?
Cadence is out
it's
in the
fine.
wastes right now.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
They're an ace pilot. We need them to ignore boundaries.
Technically.
Well, no, personal boundaries, that's fine with us.
has a
Others'
point.
boundaries.
To be honest, I think he just has a tentacle thing. You
He
know,
definitely has a tentacle thing.
I mean, if we hire him, I hope he doesn't want to do that again.
Okay, so you start.
Yeah, let's give him let's contact
All right.
him.
So, well, no, he's under house arrest.
Contact his muse. He's under house arrest. We would have to break him out.
So you can start casing the place that he's being held at.
We'll have to do a Murdoch special here.
SAIROC, did you get the favor?
I had
Planet's
to
gonna
use
be good.
flex, but yes, I do. So I can
Okay.
get the cryogenic protection. It's like, and it is actually, it's like that's cyber hardware. So actually, that's not going to work on that one. So actually, would it be? Can I just get the toll tolerance? That was a minimum.
Sure. Yeah, then
Just use the same roll for that.
Well,
so.
yeah, use the same roll, but it's a minimum. It's a minor favor.
Minor one, but that goes down to 112 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think should be more than tolerable for what we're going into. So
Yeah, again, it's going to be what's the coldest it can tolerate?
112, negative 112 Fahrenheit.
You still need a suit wearing it.
Yes, so that's
Again, it's like negative 200 out on the Arctic wastes. So
And it's not quite at liquid nitrogen, but it's close.
Yeah,
okay.
it real cold. But I mean, with a suit, with a vac
Wait,
suit,
how cold is it?
real
cold.
So the vac suit that we have should cover
You
for
you
that,
have
so.
vac suits.
Oh,
If you want like fancy armor that will protect you also against the cold, that will also be a favorite. That's under the body armor. That's in the combat section.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
So, but something, and also for that modification, would I actually, by buying that, is it just automatically? We assume it's automatically installed, or would I have?
Yeah, you just go to a clinic and they pop it in.
Okay, so actually, since I don't know, can I augment that myself? With equipment, or just?
I mean, the favor is to get it done at a clinic, so you don't have to do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
you don't have to make skill checks for it. I mean,
so suspicious for reasons, but that's okay.
okay.
So that's-
I mean, I
Would
guess
you rather I staple gunned it into you?
no.
not how it works.
No. The suspicion is actually a valid rating. Yeah, you can give me a morph. What skill are you using?
could I just use biotech?
Actually,
on
it has to be medicine. It has to be a medicine skill.
that?
not a knowledge.
Biotech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's see if my other dice are going to.
I mean, it's going to be hilarious if you crit fail.
You say that about every crit fail that I've made, or every crit fail that Caleb's made, right? Any crit fail that anybody's made.
It's real good.
Fun.
Oh, Jesus. So, but you're going to laugh at me because I critically succeeded. Yeah. I love you. I love you too,
I
Ross.
guess it works.
In such a way that I get a bonus on
No,
mine.
fuck that.
Critical success. You bastard. So no.
I don't know how install it. You get it to work and it doesn't infect you or anything. I don't fucking know what else.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
Jesus.
I'm joking.
So
Would I need to do possible reputation to see if we can actually have like a? Would we actually want, as part of the cover, being able to have the herd of penguins or other things to come out?
no, your plan is not to be seen.
Okay.
Basically, the plan is, and Jacques Cousteau is an expert smuggler and pilot, and he will have better ideas. But basically, it's to set false flight plans until you get near the polar region, and then just go silent, and then get to the side, get on the ground, and then you all dig, and then of course Jacques Cousteau will be with you the entire time. Because you're breaking him out of jail. He owes you that much. So he'll be with you in it to the win.
Technically more, but we'll take that much.
Yeah, because there's no way for him to get out after that. And he's kind of on the run anyway, so he doesn't want to be anywhere near a city anyway. So, yeah. By the way, yeah, if you succeed, if you fail, you all die. But if you succeed...
so no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. But if you succeed, then you have the... Figure it out. You're probably going to have to get off Mars for a little while because you're going to raise kind of a bit of a ruckus with all the explosions and the stuff.
Oh my!
Yeah, oh my! But you will be able to get into a shuttle to get you into orbit pretty quickly. Yeah, they have craft there. As long as you don't blow up every vehicle there, you should be able to get away by stealing their spaceship.
Well,
their
we
ships.
do like to go exploding.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, give me a security ops check to case the place.
Alrighty, Root. I failed that.
Okay, just sneak in, just get him.
Alright. Stealth.
Okay. That night, okay, yep.
20.
Alright.
Can I hack their systems while he's sneaking in? Like,
give me an interface check to see if you can identify their system. There's a bunch of Wi-Fi signals. Mesh signals.
yes, that is a 50 out of 70.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 encrypted networks. One is hard line only. The encryption is too strong to hack into. You need an access point. There's a weaker one that you can wirelessly hack. So, but there's 2 to this apartment. You're guessing the hard one is probably connected to a security service, which is guarding the place.
Lawrence, please tell me you're not just tiptoeing through the tulips in.
There's a guard pops in. He's got a weapon raised. He's like, who's here?
And I ghost.
Yeah, he does it. It's a podmorph. You can tell that much. They have body armor on and a stun weapon, a stunner.
I'm going to send him the equivalent, like a mental emoji of.
Well, he's searching the apartment very carefully. A guardian angel drone comes in pretty quickly after him. I'm
sending the information about the fact that there are 2 networks, one that we have to hardline into. And the fact that he probably just got...
By the way, this place is like an apartment, basically a house, a suburban house at the edge of the city. So this guy's in house arrest, like I said. So it's a standalone house. To visualize it, but it's inside a dome, so there's atmosphere and stuff like that. But you snuck in, you basically went over the wall, and then you got inside the house itself because it was unlocked. And then a guard came in from the other room just to explain it. So it's a small room. You can give me another infiltration check.
I'll do that.
All right.
96.
Is that a success?
It is.
Okay.
Remember, I have 100 in it.
Okay. Well, he doesn't see you immediately, so you can retreat safely.
I will retreat.
Okay.
Until I can always make another approach after some shit dies down, but
okay,
I'm gonna back out this time. No.
Okay, you barely managed to get away.
Okay, so one time outside. Okay, what exactly is this guy under house arrest for?
You don't know.
It's Whiny Jacques. It could be anything.
Actually, meanwhile, Neil, what do you want to be doing?
Since I couldn't get intel, I'm just going to load up for the mission.
Okay.
I'm going to call in a favor, and I think I'm going to start with getting a spy swarm.
Okay. Favors, minimum or moderate, so just let me know.
It's a spy swarm is minimum. Mm-hmm. I'll call it in with research, with our rep.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. 48.
Okay. All right, you get a spy swarm. That takes you some time to get them delivered to you. So meanwhile, back at the house, Jacques Cousteau's house.
So I'm going to see if I can hack the one that I can get into wirelessly. See if you can hardpoint into the other one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because if we can hack these things, maybe we can get around the security guards.
Okay.
By turning their drones on. That's a 26 out of 80.
Okay, that beats a 2. So that is, and I assume you took the time to do a subtle intrusion because you're not under a clock here. So you get in. You have, with the 26, that's only user status. But you are watching the TACnet between this guard and 3 Guardian Angel drones. This apparently, and this is a subsidiary. This is indirect action, a subsidiary of direct action, judicial protection and bounty enforcement corporation. So this is basically a rent-a-cop hired to watch. Hired to watch over this guy, Jacques.
Ooh, what would Niels do?
So you can tell there's an AGI monitoring the drones, sort of going between the 3. And then the guy is an indentured in a pod morph and has body armor and a stunner. And they're actually setting up additional security because they detected an intruder and they weren't sure. So now they are. You can see that they're setting up motion sensors. So for you, Lawrence, so you would basically be automatically detected if those are up. You would have no chance of stealthing, even with optical camouflage, because motion sensing.
I'm working on a way to infiltrate without moving. I haven't come up with anything yet.
So you're trying to astral project.
Apparently. So however, because you have access to it, you can see that there is a hard point. There's actually 2. One is the security terminal that is being used to run all this, connecting to their network back at the corporate office. But 2, to splice into the infrastructure, there is one in the sewage infrastructure below, which, fortunately, you're an octopus, so you can fit in all those narrow tubes and pipes.
I don't have lips, so I can't do the kind of thing. But
yeah,
I'm inside like.
Lawrence,
how long can you hold your breath? You have like that thing that lets I forgot what it's called, like enhanced respiration.
Yeah, that's what it is. So
yeah.
Do you? I don't think that's a base.
It's
enhanced respiration. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if that's a base with the Octomorph.
Actually, hang on. I keep forgetting. No, it's gills, not that.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
It is technically water.
Ew.
Critical stat, gills, mesh inserts. I mean, you can read guild. Maybe it would it's. I would say you find a gray water line, so it's not as bad, but it's still definitely not like fresh water.
How about this? I'm like this. Can I just get just some pretty high strength immune enhancers, just so I can. All right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to take the equivalent of space vitamin C, so I don't get sick.
Wait, don't you have medicines? Didn't you buy?
I do have medicines.
Okay, yeah, with the medicines you'll be fine.
It's more.
It's going to be unpleasant.
No, essentially, like this. I'm trying to do the equivalent.
It's not going to be pleasant, but it's.
I know.
Look, I'm going to see what I can do to subvert that AGI. If I can get admin access, I can shut down some of the security protocols from inside.
After this,
but you're going to need to hardpoint your way in.
Look, okay. After this, I want to get some ice cream. Okay.
We'll get the rum raisin, just like you like it.
Yeah. Do the tentacle equivalent.
All right, give me an infosec to break the get through the security of the sewer system.
Him?
No, for you.
Yeah, because you're hardpointing.
Oh yeah.
You have to get into the sewers first.
8.
Let's get a 28.
Would you like to make that a better success, Tom?
Yeah, I'll spend a point too.
Okay, you can upgrade it to superior success, which is better. So you managed to defeat the basic firewall of the software, allowing you to disengage the lock so you can get in the sewers in the first place and disable the alarm.
So just here we go. Squeeze in.
Yeah. Give me athletics, actually. This is...
Athletics?
Yeah.
23.
Okay. Yeah. It's... it's a stretch, even for you.
Actually, we were like, this is my 19th nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you're not claustrophobic,
I'm not. It's not. I don't mind it. Like, dude, that's why I love this body because I love getting this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. It's the other thing.
Oh yeah.
Lawrence crawled through 37 meters.
It's like dragging your lips over chalk for because of your medicines, it cancels out most of the taste, but it's still dragging your tongue over chalk for about a kilometer.
It's one downside, my mouth is on the lower side of my body.
Yeah. It's not good. It's just terrible. But you get to the point, and so we'll get to...
I'm a professional.
Yeah. So you'll be able to do the hardpoint access in a second. Let's see here. Neil, so you got that. Was there anything else you wanted to get?
I had a couple of other bits of gear that I wanted to pick up.
Okay.
Let's see, which one I want to go for next? Try to get a Guardian Swarm.
Yeah.
And
Again?
I think that's a moderate. And
yeah, you might as well call in your favors now, because it's going to be a lot harder to call them in when you're out in the fucking Arctic polar wastes.
My G-Rep isn't great anymore, thanks Saboteurs, but I'll give it a go. No, that's not happening.
Okay, you're not able to source it.
They're still mad.
Let's see here. SAIROC, anything for you?
Yeah, two things I was thinking of. So one of those, I actually wanted to get a nano detector.
Sure.
So just in case that we want to be able to...
Probably a really good idea.
Yeah, just in case right now the defenses that we're not really defining, it's a minor.
Okay, just plus 10 to minor ones. All right, so Zemo, you can go ahead and try and gain access to the AGI. Another opposed check.
That is a 60 out of 80.
That beats a 47. So it takes more time. But what do you want to do to the AGI?
Is it possible for me to...
It is logged in remotely. Basically, it's a remote user, so you could kick it out. But you can't... You would have to go to his... You could go back to the Home's office network and try and hack, break his ego or whatever. But, what are you trying to do? Sorry.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do something a little bit old school here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to loop the feeds so that since he's not there, what he's going to be seeing is what happened for the last hour, but just on a loop.
Okay.
Take out anything that looks any different than situation normal and just loop him into situation normal for the duration of the heist.
Okay, do any of you have, symbol space design or anything like that?
I do.
Okay, we'll say you plan this ahead of time, so you two are working... What's your skill in it?
Mine is at 80.
He's better.
Okay, so you get a plus 10 to that, because I assume Lawrence helped you anyways. Mm-hmm. So basically, give me a roll for that.
Okay.
And the way you can do that is...
77 critical success.
Okay, so you have to babysit it, basically, because the AGI is a person and free will, and they can do things. But basically... You load him into a symbol space without him knowing it of the house and the drones and the other guard. And essentially you control everything. So he's playing a simulation of his job, but he doesn't know it.
Oh, God. This is like The Sims, but it's actually work.
Yeah, so
Lawrence, Operation Hudson Hawk is go.
Yeah, so unless someone from the outside server office notifies him, say... his partner, Podmore, fucking dies, and then, his boss is like, what the fuck happened to your partner? He's like, what do you mean? He's right there. He's not going to notice anything's wrong. So you basically trapped him, without him knowing it. So good job. The only problem is you have to keep constantly, working it, so you can't really focus on too much else. But Lawrence, go ahead and give me that infosec check. To hardpoint hack.
So I'm going to flip that.
Do what?
69.
Yeah, nice. You succeed, and you have admin access, because it's basically better than a crit.
Woo!
Yeah. We're mature here. So, basically with this, you have control of all the security systems, and the drones. So, you can go,
just make the drones just always look where I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you realize you could just have them all. They all have eelware loaded on them, so you could have them all just like fucking tase the shit out of the Podmorph guard, and then just tell Jacques to get out and call a car for him.
Essentially. Wait. Initiate buzz protocol.
Yeah, with admin access and the control of the security system with the 3 drones, there's not much the one guy can do against you. And you've compromised his partner, so good job. You've helped Jacques escape. But now,
So do I just go like to a drain, like, hey, Jacques?
What?
It's like, hey, we're getting you out of here.
Oh!
Yeah, hi. Look, just call yourself a car and give him a location to meet us.
Yes, Uber Steve knows where to go.
Okay. So, Uber Steve ferries Jacques away. Of course, now his charges are going to be upgraded, so he's going to have a bounty on his head. Ego hunters.
We'll take care of that.
Yeah, well, eventually. Once you get enough money, you can pay it all off. But he will probably want to get a new identity and start a new life. Anyway.
That's kind of what we were probably going to do anyway, is just hit his reset button by putting him in a new...
Jacques has a piloting of 80, so he knows his shit.
Cool.
Just meet up with him.
Yep.
Right.
Guys, good news. We've got a pilot.
Yay! I have neural damage. I cannot control this. I do not trust the psychosurgeons. I know this is an outrageous stereotype, but I was subjected to experimental project. Or was it Titan weapons? I do not know. Neural damage.
Right. It's okay, Jacques. High tempo.
I almost want to put induce error on him so he actually doesn't do that.
Wow.
Jacques, one thing, quick question.
Yeah, put induce error on your pilot. Good call.
What could go wrong?
Hey, Jacques, remember that one job? Do you remember anything about what happened?
How could I forget? Oh.
No. I'm going to go cleanse myself now.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
All right.
Okay, so guys...
Who can say no to that?
You can't. You can't.
It's adorable.
So our pilot does have a couple of minor issues, but they're tiny ones. He's really, really good at his job. I'll vouch for the job he does.
Use erase last 5 minutes from Oracle stack.
And he's got such gentle hands.
Yes, of course. Like a surgeon.
Like a pilot surgeon.
Yeah, exactly.
Almost like a fortress knife.
I missed you, Jacques.
Last thing I was going to see if we might need this too, because with the whole infiltration too, we're just creating the tunnel to be able to make an infiltration point.
Basically, the plan is to make tiny little tunnels from about 50 kilometers away all the way into the ridges surrounding the fortress to get the outer perimeter defenses down. And then after that's done, then, basically make tunnels near them and then also make tunnels near the base itself and have a simultaneous, first take the perimeter down and then a minute later breach the base itself.
Okay. So as part of something that would be later as that, I'd like to actually, I wouldn't see if I can do it. It's another minute. It would be another minimal one, but getting a pusher swarm and then using my pharmacology skill to...
Well, you're not going to be doing the main work yourself. Like, you're going to have, like... cultists, remember those?
Oh no, this is just this is just something for a first push to basically give them an advantage. So
yeah, well, you don't have to worry about the excavation project at all. It's getting there is the challenge.
Okay, so
then of course dealing with any other problems that show up.
Okay, so yeah, that was I was thinking too. Actually,
because you basically have engineer egos from the ego templates that you stole, and they're just you tell them to dig a tunnel of the specs, and they'll do it. And they're like, "Aha! I'll get more value from that." Basically, all your users now have a custom program in there how to tell cultists the ad valorem cultists what to do.
The 7 habits of highly successful cultists.
Okay,
mm-hmm. And your muse can do it for you. So you just tell your muse what to tell the cultist, and then your muse translates cultist lingo to the cultist.
By the way, Ross, I'm feeling merciful tonight, so I'm not going to keep making you do Jacques' voice. I mean, unless you want to.
Try and stop it.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have to worry about the excavation
think
itself.
it's
Just
about
worry
the
about like what you would need to protect yourself or deal with any. Or do you foresee any other potential problems?
So I was looking at again the fact that we might have other biomorphs or basically other guys who are physically coming out to attack us too. That's why I wanted to get a pusher morph so we could have a protection either in a toxin or something else. Pusher, a swarm. So basically, I will. Yeah, I can distribute a drug in
just
front of them.
Yeah, I mean, just if anybody wants to do last minute shopping, just you can use your favors to get shit.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely have that for my last. Minimum.
Especially minor and moderate stuff, that's fine, but major stuff is obviously harder to get.
Guardian Swarm.
And on the +1, is that just like
what does a Guardian Swarm cost?
Guardian Swarm is
moderate, I think.
Moderate,
yeah.
So that would be a moderate favor.
I want to get one of those.
Okay, it's a moderate favor.
Let me check on the +1.
So make a roll.
Yes, 74. Wow.
Which
out of 76.
Okay, which network?
Criminal.
Okay, mark it down.
Mm-hmm. Should we get explosives just in case?
You will also have access to a fabricator to build tools if you need them.
Yeah.
So you will have access to satchel charges essentially.
Okay.
Not like if you want like missiles or weapons that are practical to use in combat. You should probably get them now.
No, I was thinking just like
I've already
planted,
got the one
set the timer
assault
running.
rifle thing, and that's got missiles on it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Which gun do you have?
The one that we picked up for the space heist.
Wasn't that just a battle rifle?
I think it was the battle rifle.
Battle rifle, I think, is just a kinetic weapon. I don't think it has a underbarrel thing. Let me look.
If it doesn't, I would like to upgrade it. I assume that since this is Eclipse phase, everything has the over-under rails on it, and I can just kind of rack a grenade launcher underneath this thing.
Underbarrel seeker, yeah, you can get that. That's a moderate favor, so you can get a underbarrel launcher for your rifle.
Easily done.
So that's a moderate favor. Yeah.
I'm going to go for F-rep on this one.
Okay. Hi, I'm Space Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass. Boom!
More or less.
All right, fair enough.
And that's a success.
Yeah. Actually, I'll say they give you that you get the schematics for it, but you'll have a fabricator so you can build it yourself. Okay. So he doesn't give you a hot one, but yeah, you get the schematics to build one.
We can only assume online entertainment has only gotten more insane since present day.
Oh, this is think about Jackass but with XP recording
or specialized YouTube channels, essentially.
More or less.
So yeah,
ASMR is a lifestyle now.
Yep, basically. So when you're done shopping. Actually, now that I think about it, you actually can still do shopping when you're there because you'll still have mesh signal. It'll be slower, but you can still call in favors to get schematics and then build it yourself because you will have a fabricator, and you will have raw materials. You won't have unlimited raw materials. So if you start building a lot of shit, I'll give you basically a GP pool that you can use. Yeah.
Thank you. I definitely think that. Getting the
underbarrel.
Yeah, the underbarrel seeker launcher now. Good idea.
So you can say hello to your little friend.
What kind of grenades do you want? Seekers, essentially. There's Dazzlers, which are fancy flashbangs. EMP, gas or smoke. Heap, plasma burst, splash, stun, or tactical multi-purpose, or thermobaric. So do you want to kill things? Or disable things, or stun things, or splashes like you load it with a toxin of some kind, or some sort of.
So I definitely do want the heaps because heaps are a nice general purpose that'll work.
Well, you can only get one with that favor, so one type.
Okay.
So heap. Yeah.
I was thinking heaps, but I've also got 2 points worth of gear because I've got resources of my own.
Okay. Well, some are more expensive than others, so heap is. Actually, heaps are expensive, so you can get tactical multi-purpose with 2 points.
Okay. Tactical multi-purpose are the ones that are just basically...
You can to make them frag or high explosive, so you can use them in either mode.
Okay.
So frag for personnel or high explosive for armor. Okay.
I was also wanting to pick up the... you said there were some EMP ones?
Those are expensive.
Okay. Well, shit. So...
Yep.
We'll just go tactical multi-purpose then.
Yep. You could get gas or smoke. Those are cheap. Those are only one. Splash depends on the payload. If you want a toxin or something. But yeah.
I'm thinking that the next one I get would be a Dazzler, just because.
Yeah, you can. I'd say you can get Dazzler, but that's it. Yeah, tactical multi-purpose and Dazzler.
There we go.
All right. So, you all load in your vehicle and head out. It is like I said, a cargo plane, and Jacques has figured out a clever flight plan to take you seemingly to a certain settlement on the other side of the planet, and then you just kind of veer off course. He also modified the cargo plane to be radar defeating,
and then we can fly really, really low and skim the surface of Mars until we get close. And listen to all of the wonderful fun stories on the way in, where he tells us about other daring do and jobs he has done. As Jacques is wont to do.
He does that for the first. He actually tells you why he was under house arrest in the first place. Apparently, he was the personal pilot of a hypercorp executive. Unfortunately, he saw that hypercorp executive getting up to some shenanigans, embezzling and insider trading and drug dealing,
all that fun stuff. So,
and then of course the other executives in the company found out about that, and they wanted him to testify against that. But his boss had paid him quite a lot to be silent, and he didn't know who his boss really worked for, but he was pretty sure if he spilled the beans, they would have him killed. So he was trying to play it off, but because it's technically a civil suit, he was only under house arrest and not like in real prison, in which case they just would have taken his morph and put him in cold storage. But he was part of a pawn between games of intrigue between high-level hypercorp executives. And yeah, there was he does tell you, by the time though he's telling you about their Fortnite LARPing, where they sleeve poor people in bodies and hunt them for sport, he says, now I must get serious. We are hitting the winds, and that is when you are all everyone give me a fray check.
Oh, Jacques, don't ever change. 35 out of 80.
Okay.
So that's going to be a no. So.
All right.
No.
All right. You two are thrown against the plane, unprepared for the sudden shift in altitude as the plane is almost... it's more like slammed from the side and just, veers at a 40-degree angle. Then goes down, then goes up, and you're battered. You don't take any damage, or any damage you take will be healed by the time.
My paint job.
Yeah, essentially. But it is quite disconcerting. Those of you who fail, give me will times 3 saves.
Okay.
If you fail that, you'll lose lucidity.
Fine. On 5. I'm fine.
Okay, you lose 1 lucidity. This is
Yay.
fucking stressful. Weirdly enough.
So that's like, can we keep it a little smooth back here?
This is smooth. What are you talking about?
He flips you off.
I gain stress or I lose lucidity.
You lose lucidity.
Oh, wow.
That's what I expect from faux French.
Yeah, lucidity is your sanity stat, basically. So you lose it, and when you lose enough, you gain traumas. But it's stressful, but not, because remember, you're a cargo plane with basically very large cargo containers. And
you're not French
machinery.
kissing a Titan. It's fine.
Yeah, you're all in vac suits now, or in industrial armor, basically, with warmers on them to deal with the cold, because cold.
Yeah.
Does it be cold, yo?
It's very cold.
Okay.
So, Ross, I don't think that we've talked enough about the cold. How cold is it?
It's almost negative 200 degrees Fahrenheit, apparently. So Mars is really fucking cold, it turns out. And the polar region, colder than the rest of Mars.
Almost like it's in the part of the planet that gets less sun than the rest.
Also, it's way farther from the sun than Earth, so it's colder. And also much thinner atmosphere. So anyways, science! Please don't add me with how inaccurate this is. English major, remember.
It's coming regardless.
But he does make it. He does land. It is a rough landing. You are all, by this point, strapped in, so you don't take any damage. At this point, the flex bots start activating and start unloading the cargo and start cutting the ship down as you are all very quickly buried under snow. Because basically the first part of this is you need to get out out of sight as quickly as possible. So the first part of this is just basically you're inside the workshop / fabricator / the beginning of the drill as you were drilling down.
See, that also explains why we had the rough landing, because Jacques was intentionally trying to kick up as much snow on top of the craft as he could.
Yep, he was.
All according to plan, gentlemen.
So you have about
including that 6-inch gash in the plane.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was a little. That piece of ice was a little sharper than he thought. So. But
part of the plan.
You're in here for about 20 or 30 hours, just watching this stuff go on. None of you have specialized. Does anybody have hardware industrial or hardware robotics?
Robotics, demolitions, and electronics.
You can be one of those hardware skills checks. Demolition's definitely not at this point.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Okay. So you're assisting, you're speeding things up. But the rest of you are just kind of watching as your skills are not. You realize you're going to be doing a lot of watching for a little bit as these jobs get there. There's long periods of waiting followed by very short periods of I'm going to die.
Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, hurry up and wait. So
actually, I was thinking hypercorp politics to figure out who exactly Jacques has got the problems with, so that we can better craft the identity to keep him off the radar.
Okay,
it's my version of solitaire.
Sure, you don't have to roll. You can spec. You can roll if you want.
Don't encourage.
Anyone. I failed it, so I don't know exactly who. But at least I can do the ID.
You don't go in those circles. They're very particular. At that altitude, they're very particular. But yeah, what do you guys do? Nil's working as you're watching the rest of the team convert the plane into drilling, mining equipment essentially, and digging a tunnel straight down into the ice.
Could play catch with Squishy the Squishbot.
You could nap. You could talk. You don't have a lot of room to maneuver, but you could load yourself into a simul space game. I assume you loaded yourselves up in those.
I could have designed a game or set up a design for.
I mean, you have a really good simulation of Jacques' house. It's true.
I could. Oh no, that won't.
But put a goose in there.
Put a goose. Untitled simulation of a goose.
On your goose game.
Okay.
A goose stalking him through the house.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's just a goose wrecking things. Zach has nothing else to do, so he's quite ha 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 ha.
Yeah. And just a question on the nanodetector, since it's been a while too. That's just a pop once and it's around you,
for
correct?
What?
For the nanodetector?
It's just a little machine that detects nanos.
Okay, so I'm actually keeping up on there, making sure that while they're drilling through, nothing is trying to come through. So I'm keeping an eye on that.
Of course. It's just like you turn it on and it's like a Geiger counter.
Yeah.
It's except it tells you, I detect nanos, like nano machines.
Yeah.
So
I know. Is it an actual Geiger counter noise, or is it? It's like, hey, y'all, you got some nanotech around you.
You can customize it however you want. I mean, all these things are smart. So
I turn it on and it starts pinging. Like, what? Pick up my other canister.
Y'all's got some nano machines up in here. Y'all need to be worried about that.
the McGucket canister. You gotta be afraid right about now.
Yeah.
It's going to tear you apart. Them like you're loving
There's
up with
DLC for your nano detector. Get whatever voice you want to scream about disassembler swarms.
I want the Brian Blessed version.
It's very popular.
Oh my God.
He's more known as being a GPS voice than anything else at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even a space GPS, right?
Oh yeah, the Sam Jackson version would be great too.
It's like, motherfucker, you got some nanites around you.
Apparently, there's hundreds and hundreds of customizable voices. Almost every device has that, so you can just customize everything. So you can spend some time digging around with that. But anyway, the tunnels after 30 hours of work, the tunnel's built, and they actually do detect some caverns below. They're sporadic, but it's not unexpected for this region. It's not solid ice. There are shifting of glaciers, essentially, and sometimes these glaciers warm up enough that there's rivers, and some of these, especially near the top of the ice, create caverns. So it's not entirely solid, which helps you because those caverns also make it that's less to dig. So, within 2 days of you landing...
I believe that we should also get the explosives in place so that if we have to, we can bring down the entire house.
Actually, that should be...
You mean the fortress or your place? Well, because again, you're right about 50 kilometers away from the fortress.
Oh, so what I'm thinking is, all right, we're digging underneath, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fortress is over here. If we dig and send some tunnels a little bit further down and find the caverns under here and set some charges, I'm thinking that our plan, fuck it, whatever letter that may be, I'm thinking we're probably going to be right around maybe F, G, somewhere in there. Once we hit plan G, we can explode down here and just bring it down.
You explain this, you give that order to the engineers, and the engineers tell you, well, if we detect caverns that would be... that they haven't reinforced, that they did not realize, we will definitely plant them, but we don't know at this point if there are such caverns.
Right, but should you encounter them,
of course,
mine them.
Of course. Death to all enemies of Ad Valorem!
It's just
I've got a spy swarm. Want me to scout ahead?
That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Check those caverns, and if we can find those, we will utilize synergy to employ a whole new paradigm.
All right, you have spy swarms, which are nanomachine size, so that's really good. They are
10,000 eyes.
Yep.
Boom.
Well, 10 billion eyes. Nanos.
Private eyes.
So, but they are slow, but they can get through basically solid ice. So you start sending them out, and you, within 48 hours, you were established under the ground. You've actually, the only thing on the surface now is an antenna, which gives you a connection to a satellite, which gives you connection to the Martian mesh network. It is a covert signal. You connect through a VPN and etc. It is very slow, but you can still call on favors to get schematics and information. It is slower than usual, take longer to do, but you can do that. But that's undetectable, essentially.
Just like that tunnel job back in Luna.
Yeah, and they fill it in back with ice. Essentially, ice. They just spray some water and it turns into ice in the air.
So it just looks like.
So you're trapped down here. But you've got plenty of power. You've got plenty of materials. It's just time to dig. You just have to watch the engineers work, essentially. And with the spy swarm and your other things, you can scout out and map out the caverns and glaciers. So everyone can. I assume everyone's going to help with the mapping and checking these out. So everyone, give me a perceive check. This is a task action as you do this over a week, essentially.
Success.
Okay.
Yes, 27 out of 60.
Okay.
15 out of 50, or 15 out of 55.
Okay.
That's a fail on mine.
Okay, well, 3 out of 4 is still enough. And between all of you, there's some weird things down here.
Fuck.
Yep.
Okay, Ross, define weird.
Well, there's 2 things. One...
What is one thing? And then the other.
The first thing, some of the small tunnels that the Flux bots are digging, they have encountered what can only be described as... They look like human veins, but they're quite white, they're quite pale in color. And they appear, from a spectral scan, to be made of silicon, a silicate material. But they're quite organic. If anybody has a biology science knowledge, biology or xenobiology or something.
Biotech?
Biotech at a negative 30.
Okay. Or actually, genetics, would that work too?
Negative 20 for genetics.
Negative 20 for genetics? Okay, I'll do that instead. Yes, 21 out of 60 in that case, so.
Okay, it does remind you of a life form that was previously detected in Arctic regions on Earth, commonly known as a glass sponge. So you can just Google that. And see what
doing that now.
Yep.
Thank you.
But obviously, not supposed to be on Mars.
So
under 50 meters of ice. The other thing that you detect is a faint heat source below you.
That shouldn't be there.
Oh.
Not directly below you, but like a few, like maybe 500 meters off from the tunnels you're digging.
What's the size of it, though?
Yeah.
So for that we're detecting, is this just like an emanation
Yeah.
from a larger thing, or? Oh no! What's the range that it's covering? So
like a pretty wide range.
yeah.
You're guessing like a facility of some kind.
Shit. So that's probably a reactor somewhere down there. That's
Well, also insulation and stuff like that. Yeah, heat leaking from a reactor, and also just keeping some sort of place running under the ice.
Oh, this may not be good. So,
Or it could be good if we get a beat on what the reactor defenses are, take it out, we could knock out power to the fortress.
Yeah, you can all give me interface checks as you scan.
19. I'm sorry, 49.
That's 33 out of 80.
Yeah, there is a wireless signal coming from it. There is actually an open wireless signal, mesh signal.
Okay, so since I got that lovely crit,
It's a mesh insert.
is this hackable?
Sure.
I'm not certain it might be the best to link in with that, especially if you have a cyber brain.
You're in a sylph morph, right? A biomorph. Yeah.
So
You could fabricate a detachable mesh insert. So
Okay.
when you'd be hacking through that.
So I'll go through like a gray box.
But it's actually lets you connect. Like you don't have to hack to connect to it.
So,
But you can hack to try and gain admin access to it.
All right, so let's fab up a gray box. Let's see if we can get admin access to this thing and figure out what we can do with it. What commands are available.
All right, give me infosec check.
And of course, we are going to do this the nice slow way because...
Sure. You're not in a rush. You're trapped under the ice.
Boom, 22
Okay.
out of 80. So...
You can detect it's another detached mesh insert, and someone is set it up, waiting for someone to connect to chat.
Okay,
There is a Muse, an ALI, waiting to talk to you, whoever connects.
My
you.
opinion-
But you got a 22; it doesn't detect you connecting to it.
Well, my opinion of this is a whole lot of nope.
It is
That's
a
what I
Muse for someone named Diana. But that is all you can tell. That's all the data that's on this mesh insert. It has been boosted somehow, but you're guessing it's hooked up to a directional antenna pointed your way, and
So with the scans of the information too, because how deep of a scan did we get of this facility yet, or is it just the heat that we're?
you would definitely need hardware industrial to analyze the heat signature of this place.
Okay.
The engineers have it at a certain degree, so I'll roll for them.
Okay.
It's nothing. No.
So just my concern with this being is that's like if this is a newer structure, this is something much older that's down
There's
here.
literally no way to tell. I mean, you just buried through.
Closer.
Remember, you're like about 50 meters under the ice, and you did that in like 2 days. So, like, they're deeper than you. They're probably 70 to 100 meters down. You can't tell exactly unless you dig towards them. You could dig exploratory tunnels with little sensor packages to sort of like survey it.
But that's more time though. So
yeah. But they are detecting, as I assume you didn't stop the Flexbots from digging towards your objective. Right?
No. So
Well, they're picking up more and more of these pale veins.
there's more than one. So
Yeah.
They
So
tend
we
to
figure
grow
out
in
what this
clusters,
thing
like Venus.
the veins. I thought you were talking about that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Now, there's a reason why it's called a Venus basket. It's
So
very,
that's-
very gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, I thought you were talking about the base itself. So or what that structure underneath.
The
So-
organic thing that looks like
Glass
human
sponge.
veins.
Yeah,
the
that,
glass
now
sponge.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Now. So, all right.
It seems to be able to absorb the ice and gain nutrients from it or something.
So in this case, I don't. It's like we've gotten at least more hack on there. If we want to link in right now, we can still use our gray box to link in, create a symbol space to interact, and then Well, that's like keep ourselves hidden as much as possible.
Areas in use.
If you can, they're definitely aware of you. You're putting out a lot of heat from this distance. Like, people from orbit can't detect you, but people that are a few hundred meters away from you, even if it's an ice, can definitely detect you.
Mm-hmm. And they're waiting for us to make contact.
Actually, Jacques says, someone is pinging me. Hello!
No,
Oh, sorry. Hello.
What did you do?
I said hello.
We don't know who these people are.
I know, that's why I was going to say hello.
In a position where we're trying to...
Why
am I saying words to you?
Well, they're hiding too.
We don't know who they are.
They don't know who we are. We seem to be at equals. I'm bored too.
To be fair, we got a pilot, not an infiltrator.
We've got an infiltrator over here.
There's only so many times I can do pilot movies.
Right. I mean,
Zemo,
you're very good at
Can
it.
you say hi?
I don't.
Friends.
Well, I might as well.
Okay.
I'm going to ping back hello. On the... Was it the one that Jacques reached out to? Is that
You
the
didn't
same
ask
one?
Jacques. Do you ask Jacques who we talk? Well, I didn't know. I don't know. I think... no, yes, Usman. Yes.
Usman?
Yeah.
Diana?
No, Usman. There's another person? There's two people down there? At least two people? Oh, we should go say hi.
We should not.
Oh.
I should.
It's not on the itinerary.
Oh, well, I mean, they're doing this thing with these veins that is impossible biologically. It could be worth a lot of money if we were to find out what that is.
Which is why we are going to reach out to them.
Also, they could be very dangerous to us if we don't find out what they're doing. They are fairly close to us.
So, yeah. Zemo, let's open up a discussion with these people.
So you say hello to... hello, my name is Diana. She then tries to give you an encrypted handshake, which you don't recognize. She's... Oh, okay. I thought you... Okay, I guess you weren't. Okay. Yes, we're... who are you?
I am Zemo.
By the way, you're doing this on a text chat interface, or basically the equivalent of it. They're text voice to chat, basically. That's how you're getting some inflection. But any kinesic check you're going to be doing is at a -20. But that goes both ways. Mm-hmm. So, hello, Zemo. We are conducting, this is a clandestine research facility performing sensitive research. We are...
Oh, sensitive research, you say? What sort of sensitive research? Environmental research? Geographic research?
Who are you with?
What kind of research did you say?
So...
I'm afraid I can't say that unless I know you're not going to... we have some defenses, and we are prepared to use them if you try to take action against us. However...
are you associated in any way with the Night Cartel, by chance?
What?
The Night Cartel?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going against those assholes. Oh.
So, I just probably... We're independent contractors. We have nothing to do with you.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty generic term. Yeah.
We are against the Night Cartel, and if you don't like the Night Cartel...
We don't... Yeah, no, that's fine. Look, we can pay you to help extract us. Extract me, at least. We had some setbacks, and we've need some assistance. I
will tell you that our plan for extraction is a little bit loud, but we could probably take at least one with us. But we would need a couple of bits of information, a couple of assurances. The long story short is, how familiar are you with Sun Tzu?
She pauses a second. The philosopher?
Yes, the philosopher.
Not particularly. Why?
He made a statement once, amongst all of the many statements he made, where he said, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." I would like to make friends, Diana. Would you like to make friends?
Yes. If you need something to use against the Night Cartel, yes, we can definitely help you.
Okay. So here's what I propose. You've got a map of the caverns, correct?
We have a map of our facility, and I've been sort of heat mapping your operation a little bit. I can give you coordinates, and I can dig a tunnel halfway, and you can dig a tunnel halfway. We can meet each other at the tunnel.
I think that would be a good idea, at least for a brief face-to-face.
Okay.
What is the nature of your research again? You still haven't mentioned that. Does it have anything to do with these giant organic glass sponges?
Well, they're not. Yes, don't touch them. The nature of our research is bioweapons.
Bioweapons.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, tunnel around those veins when you run into them. Don't go through glass spongy thing.
Okay. Yep.
Avoid if you
Death to the Galactic Holy Empire. Avoid the glass sponges.
Avoid the glass sponges. They impact our synergy.
Oh, yeah. Terrible. All right.
They are not marketing friendly.
That'll add 7% to our time.
That's okay. Because I expect every single one of you guys to give me 10% extra to make up for that 7. Why? Because we are aggressive.
Okay.
And it's because it's for business.
Okay.
Communicating. I love this.
Do you really?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. So, are you going to dig a side tunnel as Diana recommended?
Yes.
Okay.
None of us have kinesics, do we?
I do.
Well,
I have it.
Yeah, you all listen in. You all make kinesics checks at negative 20. Yep.
So, this is what you gave me so far?
No.
Success.
Success.
What'd you get?
13.
Okay. What'd you get?
37.
Okay. I mean, she's definitely something bad went down. Like you're guessing they are clearly not able to leave that facility, so maybe they quarantine themselves to prevent further contamination or outbreak. Maybe they had some sort of malfunction or something. Some experiment backfired. You're not sure what happened, but obviously you're guessing that encrypted handshake was for whoever. She assumed you were rescuers.
Well, we are down under the ice.
Right, but you were rescuers who knew she was there. The fact that you stumbled upon her, threw her back, but she's, obviously doesn't give a shit about the Night Cartel.
Yeah. Well, we're not the rescuers down under, but we are definitely...
Rescuing down under.
We are definitely going to be some Disney movie here.
Mm-hmm. So it takes 6 hours of work to dig it out that tunnel. I assume you're making it human size, essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put a little door on it, a little airlock kind of. Well, actually, 2 doors, a little airlock between you and the lab. That's what the engineers recommend. So that's pretty easily done, but it's pretty basic other than that. So, but she digs out a door, and you can see another door on the other side. And then there's sort of like a PA signal. I'm ready whenever you are. Just let me know when you're ready to meet face to face.
I'm going to head down there to meet. Who wants to come with me?
I'm going with you. So
Okay.
Nils will follow.
I'll hang back out of sight.
Okay.
Good idea.
Are you
Do you
gonna
know
be
how
the
to use this rifle?
Well, again, this is a human-sized tunnel. There's not much room to maneuver, so this is like it's 1 person wide. So like you can go single file. You could actually crawl on the ceiling above, but like so it's basically like you in front, SAIROC right, the Dragonfly up above, and then you would be at the far back. But you definitely wouldn't have a line of sight.
Okay, but I can quickly scuttle down the tunnel if I need to.
Yeah, you could squeak by the others. That is
or once they're already through.
Yeah.
So I'll hang back. If you need me, I'll come out blasting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there is a metal door that would open up that would be pretty evident that something's coming through, but yeah, so.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Actually, no, you could ask the engineer, they could make an octopus doggy door, essentially.
Yes.
A stealth door, so you could squeeze through that at the bottom so people wouldn't know when you're coming in or out.
Yes, and any further house I get in the future is going to have one of those.
God.
Just one?
All right. So, a person comes out in a vac suit, obviously, with heaters.
Sure.
Their mask is tinted. It says, I'm Diana. I'm a scientist here. We need assistance. We're happy to pay for any assistance. If you want to pay for that for a deployable weapon to use against the Night Cartel, we can. But at a minimum, obviously I don't know what your guys' budget is for rescuing because you're here you weren't planning to rescue us. The facility's kind of big and there's some data I'd like to get, but it's hard to access. But if you can just rescue me, that would be enough. I definitely would be willing to pay you for that.
So what do you mean by difficulty?
I want you to understand that we are not ego traffickers in any way, shape, or form. In fact, we find what those people do to be very deplorable. However, with that being said, we would be willing to rescue egos. So if you have a number of people here that we can't take everybody with us and their morphs, we could still take all of the minds involved.
There's only a handful of people here, and only one other person's even remotely sane. Usman, but Usman is probably not going to want to deal with you because you're not with our employer. He's a loyalist. I'm not going to say who because this is kind of bad for whoever our employer is. You know what I mean? If this was discovered.
So, what is it's like? Is this is Usman? It's like this gentleman right now where
he's in the lab back out there, where it's kind of tense between us. We've had some disagreements, but we're not trying to kill each other.
Okay.
Otherwise, one of us would have killed the other by now.
What kind of morph is she in, by the way?
You can't tell. She's in a vac suit with a tinted mask.
Okay. So, but it looks, at least the way it looks like, might be probably a biomorph or...
You literally can't tell.
So,
it could be anything that could fit inside of that.
It doesn't have any obvious tells of a synth morph, but it still could be a synth morph. Like you can't rule anything out.
So can you get that data?
I can't get the data myself. I would need assistance doing it. The problem, I'm just going to be honest, we were developing bioweapons, and there were two programs here. One is to create a new breeds of causopods. Causopods are new animals that were a mixture of the octopus gene line and various predatory xenomorphs. You may have seen some of the cute ones in shops used as pets, designer pets, but these were they're a lot tougher. There's one in particular that was called Ice Shadow, and it's down there and it's big, and it's territorial. The other program, the Pale Veins, that one is either one of those could be deployed against your enemy. But
what was the general effect of it?
Denial of area denial weapon. You deploy the spore somewhere, and it eats silicate and metallic materials. It's almost impossible to kill without knowing specialized toxins that kill it. So you put it on say like a fortress, like your enemy's fortress, and it would compromise its hull integrity very quickly.
So how many specimens do you have that would be available for deployment?
I could give you a couple of the standard missile launcher shots. You do that on a wall, and it would specialized version of it that quick rows. You can take out a wall with one missile launch of almost any size.
Okay.
So a great breaching tool.
Okay, so that would be in there.
And what about the eyeshadow?
Eyeshadow's down there where there's a lot of data that I really need to get. That's why I need an armed escort to help me get it.
So
basically, we go down, we help you kill eyeshadow. You get
not even kill it, just get me to the server and back. It's an air gap server, and it's on lockdown. And we need to get if I can get the data, it's definitely I would pay you quite a bit.
Do you have surveillance on eyeshadow?
No, it is a stealth creature, natural chameleon cloaking, temperature,
Masking.
other improvements. It's nearly impossible to spot.
You said the rest of your crew were driven mad, with one exception. What?
Well, Emil is down there. He thinks he can commune with the causopods, and so far they haven't eaten him, as far as I can tell. But there was a problem. It turned out the project leader was working for another team and tried to backstab us all. Yeah. If you can find Dr. Clementine's cortical stack, if that's still there, it's very valuable too, because there's very valuable data on it, but I don't know if that's still around or not. It might be in Eyeshadow's gut for all I know.
We could probably find it.
Also, don't tell any of this to Usman. He still holding out that we're going to get rescued by our people. It may not want outsiders in there. So you gotta be nice.
Keep it on the DL.
Yeah, and don't tell him about our deal. But I could, if you give me access to an outside mesh connection, I can wire you crypto right now from an anonymous Extropian account. I could. I mean, what do you want? If you need, I can build you a weapon, one missile warhead now, and then I can give you maybe 3 or 4 more, depending on what I can salvage. The warheads would probably be best. I also have pheromones that can for the causopods to lead them out and make a sacrificial attack through the tunnels. They can get through small spaces.
So I think that would be that would be worthwhile.
Give me a moment to converse with my associates.
Hold on. Yeah.
So as for your associate, I may be able to be persuasive to possibly be less mistrusting of you. So although I apologize for this, I apologize that's a direct question right now. Are you and your cohorts and that's like biomorphs down here?
Why?
So it makes it easier.
He's very good with toxins, drugs.
So bringing in canisters. I will basically say I have some. I have some OxyContin A that might make him more pliable.
Oh, yeah. Usman's in a biomorph. I'm just going to keep my morph to myself.
That's fine. So you've been very forward with us, and I will not. And I will make sure that our trust is secured. So
okay, yeah.
But I may be able to do that. So
okay.
So
anyway, sorry. What were you saying, Zemo?
I was basically giving him a plausible lie for why he's asking for biomorph.
Okay.
I was saying he's very good with drugs and toxins.
Okay.
I actually do have that drug with me.
Yeah. So the Usman is in this first lab. She gives you a mesh insert. This has schematics of the lab, and I've marked on it danger spots. Some of the places have have become unstable because of the ice. And again, when Dr. Clementine betrayed us, it was violent, and we lost.
Very few betrayals are non.
Yeah. So
with that note, I'm going to make sure that Lawrence has it. And Lawrence, see if you can figure out some squad tactic kind of things for this.
So are you connecting to the mesh insert?
Yeah, okay.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. You plug into it. Let's see here. Okay. And
So I'm sorry, like the god of this world just rolled dice on me.
I know, it's fine. So give me security ops.
Yep. 61.
Okay. Just also from you can sort of get a sense of the lab. It was sort of it's a very vertical lab. They built down and then out. So the first level seems to be pretty safe, but the bottom two levels, which is marked as Ice Shadows territory, are a warren of tunnels with a lot of blind spots, and it's going to be very cold and very dark and perfect territory for an ambush predator. But they apparently also have active food makers that are automated, and they have like enough supplies and power to make food for decades. So there's a feral causapod population that is just growing in here. But also there is a massive tank on the side where they were growing the pale veins, and it clearly ruptured and started going into the ice, going upwards. You get a sense of it. The main thing is you don't know. There's two other people to be aware of that you don't know where they are. Usman, and she mentioned Emil. Emil is somehow able to commune with the causopods, which sounds like bullshit to you. By the way, you talk about yourself. Let me get you a picture of the causopods, because that's an X-Risks. And I forgot to bring the book out. But it is X-Risks available now.
Oh boy, X-Risks.
Would you like to find things that can terrify your players into a coma? Get X-Risks today. Sponsored by Role Playing Public Radio.
Role-Playing Public Radio. I wrote for this book. I actually don't get any royalties from it, but doesn't matter. Because I really didn't. Here we go. This is what they look like.
Oh, that is a scary picture right there.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Page 98 for those following at home.
Yep. Sorry, Ross. Sorry, I apologize, Ross. Sorry, Tom. None of us had to jump into a fractal.
Let's see here. Yeah. Best described as a land octopi, causopods are multi-limbed with 4 primary limbs and 6 smaller ones under their mantle. They can skitter along quickly and rapidly climb surfaces they can dig their spikes into. They feature strong jaws, which they can use for scooping up lizards or digging up worms. Let's see here. They can live on the normal causopods can live on the Martian surface. But these are obviously modified to live in the ice. And they don't have any data on the project here. She just describes sort of their base capabilities, but yeah,
there's never any data to brief us.
Yeah, well,
we are unbriefed.
If you want project data, that's obviously stored in that server, and obviously Diana really wants that. But she can pay you a lot, and she says, "Yeah, if you give me a mesh connection right now, I could pay you just for opening up this tunnel. I mean, just for talking to me. I'm just so grateful that I'm not going to be fucking dying a slow death trapped down here with a bunch of fucking monsters."
She's given us this much information. I don't see anything that's... I personally don't see anything that's saying that
I'm
she's
going to give
be...
her our John Doe account, the one that is like the triple blind account.
Sure.
That we use just for receiving dirty money.
Okay.
I love that we have one of those.
Yeah. All right. So you are giving her access to your mesh, mesh antenna, so she can make the transfer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what happens? Tell us what terrible thing happens.
I mean, an hour later, you get a verification that X amount of Dogecoin has been transferred to your account on Extropia, so equal to 3 GP worth.
To the sound of the dog song from Silent Hill 2 playing.
Sure.
Nice.
Yep. So she was good to her word on that part.
Okay.
All right. Well, during that hour, here's the discussion that I'm going to put forth via TACnet so that she's not privy to it. Look, this is a little bit hinky, but on the other hand, here's the way I see it. Cost-benefit analysis time. We help her, we get extra weapons. It's still going to take, another week or so of tunneling?
Yeah, you have time to fuck around in here.
What the fuck else are we going to do?
Let's go on a monster hunt.
Let's go on a monster hunt.
Oh, God.
For fun and profit.
If she is going to stab us in the back, it won't be till much later.
Yeah. I mean, she's not going to stab us in the back under the ice.
Well,
Sure
those people with kinesis could have been rolling it, but,
Do let's.
Okay. Yep.
35 out of 80.
Okay.
31 out of 50.
Let's see here. So she is very wary of you all, but she backed in a corner. That's about all you can read. I mean, she does. You don't
She
know
really
her.
does. I'm guessing she truly doesn't want to die slowly down here.
Nope. You haven't talked to Usman yet. You haven't met with Emil yet, or you don't know if you can. You judging from her description of them.
yeah.
Can those have a look at the schematics?
Yeah.
I can,
Tom can or Lawrence can copy that and send that to all of you.
Okay.
And I can go talk to Usman and see what information we can get. Actually,
Yeah.
in this case, Zemo, would you mind accompanying me on this one? So
Yes, I will come with you this time.
I would like to just to generally discuss things, and I can see what information we might be able to pull. So
Okay. So you go around the first level. The first level looks like was sort of the living quarters and all the non-research stuff for the lab. And that's been sort of hastily divided into two sections. Two angry roommates that are clearly there's a delineation between Diana and Usman. Usman's on the far section from you, but they've also barricaded and heavily welded and reinforced all the access tunnels further down into the lab. So you actually would have to cut one of those open to get down there, or use your spy swarm because. So you go in there. Usman comes out. He has a shredder in hand, not at the ready. He is got a visible. You can see his face. He is in a synthmorph, or not in a synthmorph, in a biomorph of some kind. And he is got sort of a wild look in his eyes. He's got a scraggly beard. And
Dr. Usman, I presume.
Sure. Who are you assholes with?
Jacques. You spoke with him, remember? The Frenchman who said, "Hello."
Oh yeah. Then he cut the signal.
That's just his way.
Yeah. So is he your boss?
He is our associate, yes.
Okay.
but the reverse in that situation. So
Okay. So you don't say who you're with though.
So before he does that,
Okay.
scanning his, it's like doing a deep scan to see if I can get information for his mesh handshake. Because what's the corporation? It was Extropia that they were working for.
No. Diana connected to an Extropian bank.
Okay, so
you don't know who they work for. She
Yeah, so-
specifically said she does not want to mention who her employer is because
trying to get that information in
a bioweapons lab is super illegal on Mars.
Yeah, I'd like
Especially
to know that
doing this
information.
kind of shit.
Yeah, I'd like that information. So I'm going to try to get that along with the.
On the other hand, where is that not super illegal, Ross? Just so that I know.
Extropia.
Yeah.
It's libertarian space paradise.
Yes.
Well, you'll get sued.
Also, the Jovian Republic does a shitload of it. So if you're the Jovian Republic, it's legal for you. Also, anarchist habitats.
All right.
Scum swarms?
25 out of 80.
Okay.
So I remember Bud here.
Let's see.
So I'm going to, when he says, "So who exactly are you with?" Oh, forgive me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Zemo, and I am with... I'm going to
Deceive? Okay.
I'm going to give him the name of a Jovian company that specializes in something similar but different. And that is a 46 out of 88.
46 or 78. Okay, let's say a 46. Okay, yeah. All right. So why are you here, Mr. Jovian man?
Well, similar reasons to the ones that you are, I believe. My company was sent here to develop a solution to a problem that we have, specifically the Night Cartel that is located roughly that way.
Oh. Yeah,
And,
no, we were aware of them, but that's why we put down here because we figured no one would come here to bother us so close to the fucking gangsters.
Exactly. But unfortunately, we're here to take care of those gangsters. But since we happen to be in the region...
Actually, Aaron, interesting thought. The target of a psi slide is aware they are being targeted anytime they succeed on their half of the opposed target, regardless of whether or not the async rollers have or not. So he didn't fail his roll. He is aware if something's happening. So he raises the shredder up. It's like, what the fuck? You have an async with you? Jesus, what the fuck?
What?
Don't cut the crap, man. Which one of it is it? Which one? Huh?
Do I look crazy to you?
Anyway,
Do I look infected by some kind of titan?
Get the fuck out, or I will open up I will fucking empty your head.
Was I able to get the information from him?
You did succeed.
Okay.
So, how many things do you get?
I think that's just... Let me check it again, but I think that's just two pieces of information.
Two pieces of information, okay.
But let me confirm just to make sure I remember it.
I'm bringing my rifle up.
Okay, then he shoots.
Jesus.
No, he's bringing a weapon up. I'm like, what the hell?
No, he shoots.
He had the weapon
as soon as he already had the weapon out, so...
As did I.
All right, well, then he would have shot you. He would just have shot, like... he is paranoid, so it's an initiative check. He has a... Let's see here. 17.
So I've got a 9.
Okay.
So he's going to get his shot off first. This is where I do the fray for half.
Well, first he has to hit. You are pretty close. He is going to full auto for damage.
Did I need to roll initiative too? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So.
He rolled an 18. So yeah, fray it happened.
I make. That is an 18 on my part.
Okay, I'll use a threat pool to upgrade it. He succeeds.
I will use one of my physical ones, that's the vigor, to also upgrade it.
Okay. Okay. What'd you get on your initiative?
8.
Okay. So you go next.
First.
So Aaron, you did get 2 pieces of information when you did that. And let's see, durations. You extract 2 pieces. Each item takes a full action turn to receive. So you only actually get 1.
1 piece right now.
So what is the 1 piece? Doesn't say what is the 1 piece you wanted.
Can I get the encryption handshake to try to get that trust? So
yeah, you get his mesh password.
Okay, well, it was that handshake basically to link in. So
are you talking about what Diana was doing?
Yeah, or actually no, the corporation name. I need the corporation name.
He's down with the B.
Oh.
Down with the B?
Barsunians.
Oh, okay. So
all right. So you got an 8. What are you doing?
So
I got a 9.
Oh, sorry. I thought you got a 7. Sorry.
Okay.
So Zemo, what are you doing?
I'm going to shoot to disarm. I'm going to shoot this guy in the arm so that he drops his weapon.
Okay. Negative 20.
Shot.
Yeah, cold shot. I can't remember. That's not going to turn out. 20. Here we go. First. Out of cover. Cold shot. I had modifiers. I will say that is a negative 20.
Okay. And I will flip that, and that will be a success, because that will be a 57 out of 80.
Okay. He does not get a critical, so he cannot succeed. Because that's a 57. That's more than half of anybody's skill. Let's see here. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is the damage on the assault rifle?
The assault rifle does what? Yeah, you didn't mention you were. So you're doing semi-auto. So that's 2d10 plus 2. And I'll say that is a railgun. So that does armor piercing. So it has 8 armor. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be 14.
14? All right. So that is 8. So that does disable his arm, because that is just enough to get a wound. What are you going to do, Aaron? Sorry.
No, it's fine. So try to at least... So, and I don't have Persuade at this point, too, unless I can just get that.
Wouldn't that be Provoke?
No, I'm not.
To get him to stand down?
Well, no, if you're trying to...
Provoke is the Intimidate skill.
Yeah, it's Intimidate, too, so I'm not trying to do that. I was trying to, calm him down, but I don't have Persuade, unfortunately, other than just the information. Because I was trying to basically, well...
The only way you could persuade him is if you admitted you were the async and that you were sorry.
So...
I'm very sorry I'm psychic.
So...
Well, very sorry that I'm psychic and I read your mind.
So, but that's it also...
Obviously, this person knows what asyncs are.
Yeah, also admitting something, too, in front of others that I'm not willing to admit right
now.
So.
Then that's a choice.
Okay. So... Working out. Well, he opened fire. I'm just going to book out of the room. So
okay, you just drop. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not a fighter. So this is the first turn I got my first piece of information. So
that's it. You can't get any more. Like you have to stand there and keep doing it. You can't just run away. It's sustained. You have to stand there and concentrate.
Okay, so
if you stand there and concentrate, he's gonna know it's you anyway.
Yeah. So I'm just running out the room. So I do have the first one. I get the Barsamium information. So, but
yeah, he's down with the B. That's all you got.
Okay. So.
All right, new round. Let's see here. He also runs. He turns the corner. He flips that to get a 27, so he succeeds. He's got a big threat pool, weirdly enough. And you hear a door slam behind you. What are you going to do?
Give chase as he's leaving?
He is behind a door. Security door. He was near a door when he confronted you.
Let's come out of the closet.
Basically. You have the schematics. You can give me a perceive check to figure out, like...
Where is he going? What is he doing?
Yeah.
That's a 99. I've got no idea. There's a door there. Look, there's a Pooly girl on this desk.
There is a door there. You don't notice the bot with the gun behind you. So full autos for damage. Basically his own home-rigged sentry turret, so you can't dodge. That is going to be 40-10. It is submachine gun.
Oh god, the group is dying.
Well, let's see here. 12. That's a D10.
And the actual fight hasn't even started.
Let's see here.
I know. I'm scared too.
It's 24 damage before armor. It is normal. So, what is your kinetic? What are you? You're doing the vest with the vac suit, I think.
Yes, vest and vac suit.
So I think that's 10 armor, 10 or 12 armor. Yeah.
12. Okay.
So you take 12 damage, yeah. So that is probably a wound or two.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get stitched up. You did, and you critically failed in your perception check. So you don't you're like looking at where he is in the base. But yeah, he's behind. He's in a compartment.
Spitting the information back to Lawrence.
All right.
And then I am going to turn and I am going to blast that bot.
All right, go ahead and give me a tackle.
Do we hear the gunfire?
Sure.
I was letting you guys.
You're all in TACnet too. So
yeah, I was letting you guys know.
So yeah, Neil, where were you when this is going on?
I was studying the schematics, looking for.
Are you in your part of the base or in the research base?
I was with the rest of the group when they.
Well, everyone split up. That was the thing. Like these two went into the research base. Lawrence, where were you, by the way?
I kind of went back to where we were.
Okay, so you're at the mining.
But they're still on the first level, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So were you with Lawrence or were you the other two?
I was with those two, but I think I was hanging back studying the schematics.
Okay. So yeah, you're farther back. So you see SAIROC running back to where you are. So Zemo, did you make an attack roll?
I did.
Oh, what'd you get?
78 out of 80. So that is a success.
It does have a fray. It basically needs an 11. It does not get an 11. So you hit it. Go ahead and do damage.
Nine. I don't even think I cracked its armor.
Yeah, you can't full. What weapon are you? Oh, you're doing single shots though. Yeah.
Well, I was going to go full auto on the bot because it's a bot.
All right, yeah, you can do that.
Also, aren't you shooting
Add
red?
plus. Well, that just means it's armor piercing.
Yeah, I meant.
Yeah. So, go ahead and roll an extra 2d10.
Okay. That's a little bit better. That's 11 on the dice.
11 plus 9?
Yeah, so 20.
20. All right. Let's see here. That takes it out. It was actually a creepy, which is a small personal bot. Actually, no, it was a servitor, which actually has more hit points. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Does not fully take it out. It does heavily damage it, though. So, yeah, it's got like 8 durability left.
So I am still screaming across TACnet.
Yeah.
Guys, things went south.
How close do I need to be to interface with it? I'm trying to shut it
The
down.
servitor?
Mm-hmm.
You can try info. You can brute force it.
Yeah. 29. Success.
Okay. Yeah, you're in. So you can just shut it down.
It's off.
Yep.
Usman started screaming async and ran behind the door. Here, what the hell is up ahead? Somebody tell me.
Yeah, you've all heard of asyncs, vaguely, in criminal circles, but without a specialized knowledge, you don't know much about them, other than they're...
Unless we had, like, knowledge asyncs or something.
Yeah, knowledge titans, knowledge asyncs, knowledge... anything vaguely appropriate.
Knowledge someone...
Actually, security ops. Give me a security ops check with a negative 20.
Negative 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, 35.
35? Okay. You've heard asyncs are supposedly people with some unstandard. You're not sure exactly how they're able to do, but they're able to do things that like extract information from people or
With their brains.
they're able to do things. Some people think it's like a reverse engineered Titan's weapon technology program that got out. Some people think it's connected to the Lost Generation. Some people think it's like xenomorph technology that's been, xenomorph biology that's been put into people. But you do know that in security ops that there are concerns for people who get too close and can just learn things. You're supposed to look out for nosebleeds. That's a tell. Also, unnatural behavior. Especially after activating them. Yeah, give me your infection check.
I already took it and I passed it after I did it. So,
all right, sorry. There's a lot going on.
No, I took care of that myself. So,
Yep.
But,
well, I said sooner or later you'd do this shit against somebody who knew about asyncs.
yeah. So no, that's fine. So,
Yep. All right.
but although
So in general have an idea of things that they might be able to do, but that they are certainly.
I think I heard some things from. I heard it from a guy that knows a guy that heard it from another guy that killed another guy.
So the idea of them being able to read somebody's brain or like do things to people's minds, biomorph minds, is something you
like. Whoa, we got a brain fuckler around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this guy thinks that I am.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Thoroughly.
So you shut down the bot.
critical success on my deception. Yeah, that's right.
All right. Anyone can kinesics against that, I guess. You need a critical.
Nope.
I forget.
Success,
is
but not
critical?
No, that's 0.
No, that's 100.
100 is a critical.
Critical.
99 is a crit failure. So, yeah. In Delta Green, you'd succeeded, but not in Footsteps. I do like how every percent of the game we do it has
It's
slightly
a little
different rules.
different.
Just enough for me to like, fuck you.
Where are we?
No,
yeah.
he just started babbling that when he fired. It's like
And then he started screaming and shooting.
he screamed, "You raised your gun," and then he shot.
No. He raised his gun. I raised my gun. He shot me, and then I shot his gun out of his arm. By the way, upside, we've got an extra shredder for when we need to shoot this guy in the face.
Well, you didn't grab the shredder. You'd have to go back and get it because you were being. Well, I guess you could pick it up now.
Yeah, we're in the room by ourselves. That's me and Deathbot over here.
Okay.
By the way,
Are you picking it up?
with gloves.
Okay. I mean, gloves would not work against eelware. So if it has eelware on it, it would still zap you. So are you going to pick it up?
Yes, I'm going to pick it up.
Okay.
Does it have eelware?
It does have eelware. So let's see here. That is. Yeah.
Oh, God, these paranoid scientists.
Well, it's like he's been trapped in a bunker with monsters for you don't know how long. He's gotten weird about it.
Somewhat paranoid for reasons.
Yeah, weird.
I get that. But I am still going to
You zap it, and it's also locked, so you'll have to make a hardware... it is hardware locked to an encrypted signal, so you need hardware armor. You can give it to one of your... let's see.
Hey guys, this has eelware on it. Can one of you unlock that?
I can try.
So I'm trying to find out how much damage eelware actually does. Because I know certain things have it, I just don't know.
Well, I've got the medicines and fast healing, so if it just means we get to sit and chill here for a little bit while I have my parts patch me up.
Okay, yeah. I mean, over time you'll get... I'll just say you take 9 damage and you get stunned. But, he is obviously not trusting you anymore. The engineers can try and... you could have... Yeah, so you eventually can get a shredder as your engineers work to, undo its locks and guards. But, yeah. So, that went... Yeah.
Poorly.
Yeah. Well, you did get something out of it.
Yeah.
That only you know. Yep.
Yeah. This guy is a little crazy. Do we know where he went? Does anybody know what that door leads to?
The schematic show it leads to his half. I mean, it's basically you step over the boundary into his half of the first level. He came out to meet you right next to his door, and then when things went bad, he jumped into the door. So there's several other compartments in there. It's typical sci-fi research-based kind of layout. But there's lots of security doors. There's lots of, armored walls.
He can push your nanos.
And he probably has more traps.
Your nano scouts through.
Probably.
Size, so.
I would guess.
Do the schematics, are they just a floor plan, or do they have information on, comms and security?
Just the floor plan, the comms and security have all been changed significantly. Diana and Usman have all rewired it to their own specifications, at least on each side. It's been kind of, like I said, they haven't killed each other yet, but that's more because they didn't think they could do it without a risk of getting themselves killed in the process.
How securely locked is Usman's door?
How are you going to try and figure that out?
Interact with it?
Go up and touch it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me an infosec check.
28 success.
Okay. I am going to... no, he tries to hack into you. He's watching it. And there's a... Yeah. So it's a trap, but you manage to pull the plug before you get hacked.
Okay. I'll back off, and I'm going to stick my fixer swarm on the robot.
Okay.
That I shut down.
Sure. Yeah, you can take that. It's a servitor. So you have a servitor bot now with a kinetic submachine gun. So, yeah. The thing is, you don't need to deal with Usman per se. You can get to the lower levels, which is what Diana wants. Then...
Yeah, but now Nil wants to know what asyncs are.
Yeah. You still have access to the mesh. You can call in favors and get more information about them.
What level of favor would it be on our rep?
You can do it at any level. I mean, the more information you get, the better. I mean, the higher favor, you'll get more information. But you can get a minor favor.
Can I go moderate?
Sure. Yeah, you get a decent amount with that. I mean, you do have time to rest. So.
Yeah.
Oh, we have rested since
Yeah.
landing? Okay, then I'll spend a flex to flip that.
Okay.
25. Success.
All right. So you call on your moderate favor. You get a briefing. Do you share it with the others? Or are you just
No.
Okay, very good. So in general, you get a research paper from the Argonauts that specifies that has been summarized as a briefing from their security force, the Medusans, or the Medians, actually. Yeah, the Medians. Anyways, it says asyncs are people who are infected with the Watts-McLeod exsurgent virus, a supposedly benign strain. They're able to do things that we do not quite understand how, but They are able, a biomorph with the Watson McCloud virus is able to do things. They demonstrate some capabilities. However, they have a tendency to, the more they use their abilities, the more that they tend to destabilize. That often takes us physical hemorrhaging, nosebleeds, that kind of thing. Sometimes it's personality changes. Sometimes it's worse. There's a hot debate whether they are actually benign or whether this is simply a sleeper weapon, whether they are actually people. But yeah, you get the basic. That they can do things, and like if you're within the same room as an async and you're both in biomorphs, they don't all have the same powers. There's a great wide variety of them. So yeah, if you had a major favor, you could have gotten shit like how to detect an async without them knowing that you know, and shit like that.
I considered that. I may call that in later. But
I mean, that's a negative 30. And that also takes time to arrange.
Yes.
Like days. So you may not get it on demand. But you get the basic things. So you know what an async is. And you know if you feel like an outside presence is affecting you're in a synth morph.
I'm in a synth morph and I've never been happier.
Yeah. They can do things. There are things that do interface with synth morphs in certain ways, but that's very limited. Like they can understand. Some cases they've been able to analyze machinery that no one else has been able to understand.
But that also makes a very interesting break in our local mystery.
Yeah. So anyway, what is everyone going to do? So you can cut a path to the lower levels without going through Usman's territory at all. You can just ignore him. He doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Can we lock that door?
It's already
It's
locked.
locked.
He's not coming
Okay.
out.
That's what I was trying to do.
So
Can we lock it from our side so that he can't leave it?
Your nanodetector starts going off the minute you step in his territory. Nanoswarms detected. You also get a message. This line is as you step in, an audio PA system pops out. It's like, if you step in this territory, I'll consider you a hostile actor. Leave me alone.
You already shot me, you motherfucker!
It's because you used an async on me.
I didn't use an async. I asked you a question and shot you back when you shot me the first time.
That's what an async would say.
What the fuck is an async?
You don't fool me, Jovian. If you even are a Jovian, which I doubt.
He's right.
Yeah.
The hell?
If you get in my territory, I will retaliate. And if you try to kill me, I will take this entire place down.
This one is dangerous and of no more use to us.
Just
All right. Keep that mob trained on that door. If he comes through that door, kill him.
Yeah, you can set up security cameras on the rest of all the exits out of his territory.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, this was a communal area at one time, so
actually, how sealed is that area?
it's not sealed at all. Like I said, it's like there's literally a line in the ice that they used with the plasma torch to demarcate it. So, you have to watch several hallways. But you can easily set up bots and cameras and shit like that.
Well, in his area too, because is that just basically locked down, or would it's like nano swarm of some sort be able to get through it?
Apparently, he definitely has access to nanotechnology.
Okay,
So he'd have access to his own.
He's got his own nanoswarms that
guardian
will come
swarm.
after
Okay.
us if we go anywhere near his space.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the idea that I was having was possibly trying to since I do have my oxytocin A, basically just spraying that in there and then making him a little more friendly.
Well, I mean, he would be undoubtedly he was wearing a vac suit when you.
That's true. I forgot. Yeah, that he was already wearing a vac suit in there. So
Yeah.
that we need to. So
Which, by the way, I'm also slap patching the holes in my
Sure.
suit.
Yeah, you get it fixed. Yeah. You can heal fully back up before you do anything else.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty. So yeah, at this point, I think we need to find a way. It's like a safer way down to the data core and just
We can
retrieve
get
that
to
and
the
be
data
done.
core. We just have to stay out of his space. We'll just use that door over there.
I'll send my spy swarm down.
That's all we need. So
Okay, yeah, you can send it and scout that area. All right, so this is another task action as you all look through the spy swarm's eyes and try and figure out what's the deal. What's the deal with the lower levels?
all right, 33 critical success.
All right,
55 critical
give me a
success.
will save.
It always comes down to this.
My perceive is 50, but the spy swarm itself has a perceive of 60. Do I use the swarm or mine?
I mean, if you're looking through their eyes, you use yours. But if you just tell me if you find anything, you'd use theirs.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Okay. Is it just a will, straight up will?
He critically succeeded.
Yeah.
As did I.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
42 made
it's
it.
a will times 3. Yeah, it's a standard
42 made it. So.
Okay.
I succeed on perceive.
Okay.
Also make.
All right. You
26
you
out of
see
30.
what you assume is what you thought was a wall, and you realize that must be a ice shadow, as it is a thing of muscle and there are just. Yeah, it's a perfect mimic concealing predator for this icy. It can just flow over the walls and floor, and then you see there's a cosopod, a standard one, although adapted for the ice, and then there's just a second later it's gone, and
Something became a meal.
yeah.
So
So you realize this thing can move real slow or real fast.
That's not most
And
of
it's
life.
real big. And it's nowhere, its biology is radically altered from a
the normal
cosopod. Yeah.
Oh god, this thing is.
So, yeah. So dealing with that is going to be good. Now, you both critically succeeded. So if you both keep watching it and don't keep your eyes off it at all, you can keep tracking it. Because it doesn't know about nanoswarm technology. And it's just warm enough that your nanoswarms won't freeze in there.
So we could keep enough of an eye on there and maybe provide
So you don't lose it.
distraction.
You realize if you stop watching it, you might lose it.
Yeah, so I'm not.
You had to critically succeed. I wasn't going to give that shit away. You fuckers both critically succeeded.
I am sorry.
No, it's fine.
I pat the servitor, and we also have a decoy should we need it.
Oh yeah, you can manufacture all kinds of decoys too.
That's true. So we could, trying to at least.
So here's the
try to
thing:
keep scores
if
out.
Lawrence, you find this out, you two can look through their eyes and see the scary monster if you want to.
Sure.
All right, give me a will save. Will times 3.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's a scary monster.
It is a very scary monster. Give me a security ops check.
48.
Okay. You realize because you're constantly watching this, you actually could trap it. You don't know how strong it is, and there are security doors that still work. There's one area in the lab in particular. If you were able to, first hack and sneak down there, it doesn't detect you. You do that. Then 2, you hack the server, so you get to control the security doors. And then 2, wait till it gets between the 2 doors. You could trap it in one particular corridor where it's just trapped in this metal box. And you assume there are other causopods there, but you have fucking machine guns and shredders and robots. They're dangerous animals, but you could just form a firing squad and shoot them all out.
Just mow it down. So,
Yeah. So, yeah. Ice Shadow going to be a problem, but that requires you to go down there and also to wait for it to go down one particular corridor. You may want to put bait down there to lure it there quicker.
Well, we know what it
Jock,
likes.
you want to help?
We know what it likes to eat.
What's that?
Causopods. We'll just put a couple of causopods in that
Well,
corridor.
you have to get a cosopod then. You don't have any on this level, so you'd have to capture one. You might just fab some vat meat. That might work. You could do that without having to make it.
Yeah.
check.
And,
So
and the swarms can carry that down if we needed to.
Yeah. So if you two keep watching it, that's going to cost you lucidity just from watching it constantly and not sleeping or resting. As you constantly have to keep it strains you to keep because it's so easy to lose. Even in this meshable space, it's just there's something about it that makes your sensors want to call it a wall or a floor. There's something weird going on with it. You just you feel like, no, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. It's like, yeah.
No, I think it'd be best right now to keep that so we have that.
There's almost something hypnotic about the patterns. It subtly signals. Almost
Great, we have a giant wall-sized killer cuttlefish. So
Yes, we do.
So, but no, I will do that. So, would that be a roll to see about how much lucidity we're mitigating, or just?
No, it's just going to be a straight drain. It depends on how quickly Lawrence can stealth this stuff.
So are we doing this shit?
I mean, that's the plan you come up with your security check, your security ops check.
I don't see any other way, do you?
I really don't.
It's big. It's got enough biomass that you're going to have to use explosives to kill it, to have a chance of killing it, or something really nasty. And using explosives might take the lab down. So,
I don't have enough point-and-click explosives. We would have to wrap it in dead cord, and I don't think it's going to let us wrap it in dead cord. Do you?
Or I mean, you could lure it to a place where you have satchel charge. But again, an explosion big enough to kill that thing could compromise the lab.
Yeah.
And actually, a big enough explosion might be detected by the fortress.
Which we also don't.
That's our primary thing.
We don't need attention.
Certainly, if the reactor goes off, that would be big.
Yeah.
That
would kind of end our day anyway.
It's not going to be good. All right, so Lawrence, you sneaking in? Neil, by the way, do you want to do anything? You're keeping on this too.
I'm trying to think of things I could contribute.
You could set up a couple bots to be used as distractions in case if Lawrence fails a check, because there are other Causopods around that he'll have to navigate around.
I've got the servitor under my command. I also have an automech, but it's medium and certainly isn't fast enough to outrun it. So even if we made moving bait, it wouldn't be able to move fast enough.
On the other hand, you could make airdroppable bait. Could you maybe make a meat cannon?
Oh, yeah.
To fire meat.
Yeah, that would be a hardware robotics check to make.
It's like a potato gun, but for meat.
You could make you can make a meat launcher.
I like
hardware robotics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trademark meat launcher.
Meatball blaster. It just fires
that hits.
Okay. So you have a meat launcher on that. So
it just has pork chop sandwich written on the side of it.
It's like a pneumatic cannon with vat grown meat slabs. So
Pork Chop Express, I love it.
Yeah, the Pork Chop Express, of course. What else would it be?
There's nothing else it can be.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. So you.
One good Kurt Russell reference deserves another.
So you have that in position. You're able to go down. You can activate that whenever you want. So if Lawrence fails a skill check, you'll be his backup, essentially.
And when you're down there accessing the server, can I hack through the TACnet? Or do I have to be down there?
Yeah, you can assist him.
Okay.
Yeah. You can give him a +10 to his rolls. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
Okay, so first you need to give me an infiltration check.
Here we go.
So you're going down.
The more I can help you with that, the more you can focus
flip
on
it to
surviving.
72.
Okay, that beats the other Causopods. There is a pack of them roaming around. They seem to be, bored because they're trapped in a fucking base under the ice.
We've all got places to be, guys.
Yeah. They're automated food makers. You can smell the blood from here. There's a lot of fighting as whenever the automated food makers dispense.
That's not enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's also just they're like basically imprisoned. They can't roam free.
They're regressing to their animalistic instincts.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what they had.
People.
So that was.
Yeah, but they're roamers. They would normally Causopods roam the Martian wilderness. So they don't like this.
Not this time.
Yeah. So you make your first check. You get closer and closer. Now you have two choices. One, to go the very slow, circuitous path through some more pipes of some really nasty, not quite frozen water, because again, this place is kept warm enough. Or you could go the more direct path that takes you closer to Ice Shadow. And you know where Ice Shadow is because of Zemo and SAIROC, but you might be almost a hallway away from it. Speed. All right, give me another infiltration check.
That's the spirit.
66.
Okay. You would fucking You're just as you saw the visions on the of it, and you start patterning yourself like it, and guess what? It's real effective.
Doing an octopus stealth dance as I go.
It's a very stealthy dance against a giant murder octopus wall monster, mimic thing. Yeah, it's fine.
It's like you know what? I can almost imagine its thoughts now.
Yeah.
Lawrence, stop trying to sexify the thing.
So, are you going to do a brute force hack, or are you going to do hang around to do the subtle intrusion?
What do you think? Subtle intrusion?
You're in there.
My eyes are burning!
Yeah.
I say subtle.
Subtle.
Okay, both of you, Zemo and SAIROC, you take a lucidity.
Okay.
As it's real stressful to watch this thing. You wonder if it's a basilisk cat, just a very slow acting one.
So what am I doing? Like life forms? You giants, freaking life forms. You deadly fucking life.
Nils.
I mean, you were basically having a silent dance-off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're just hugging the server and slowly caressing it as you're trying to hack it.
like, oh god, I hope Jacques not watching this.
All right, so
Doc
give me.
is totally watching this.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me that infosec check.
Plus 10?
Yeah, because of Nils helping you.
62.
All right, that beats a 35. So you get in. You have control of the security doors now. So now you need to... You don't know if that creature will ever go in that corridor, because it's a very barren corridor.
Like, okay, guys, like this. Like sending like the mental messages like, okay, we need to make this particular room really appetizing.
So you could try and get the meat launcher in there.
Can I mount the meat launcher to the servitor?
Sure.
All right, I do that.
Okay. So the servitor is not stealthy though. So you could send another bot in to distract so the servitor can get in position.
That was my second idea. I have a automech which is not fast, but I have a squish bot which is a little more nimble.
Okay. So
squish bot first.
All right. So the squish bot in. How is it distracting the causopods? You're guessing Eyeshadow's not going to be tempted by a tiny little robot, but the regular causopods are going to be, because you also have to get past both of them, not just
Sure, so.
Yeah, the squish bot. I'm going to program the squish bot to move towards the
pack.
To the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Lure them towards the big monster, and then just kind of Benny Hill them around until long enough for the meat.
Are you telling the squishbot to do, or are you taking direct control?
I'm programming it based on what I know of.
Give me a programming check.
Based on what I know of the schematics of that area.
I'm going to give him a bonus on that.
Sure. Okay. Actually, well, remember you're still watching the eye.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I can't stop.
Yeah. You realize, this. Actually, you could actually try and grok this, even though.
Trying to crock that.
Yeah.
Success with a 25.
You don't have to.
You gave us the opportunity. Let's have fun with this. So, all right. Okay. So, 41 out of 80 made it.
Okay, make your infection check.
Okay. Oh, and that doesn't carry along, so I don't get any extra infection on it.
Mm-hmm.
93. Nothing.
All right. So, did you make your programming check?
A success with a 25.
All right. So, your Squishbot is doing a very good cause. You can now command your servitor to get in position.
Mm-hmm. I'm sock puppeting the servitor and piloting it in there, and just shooting meat.
All right, you're getting meat.
Shooting meat wads.
All right. You two now lose another. In order to get out of the way for the second part of the plan, you actually take 2 lucidity. You realize it is actually some sort of alien basilisk hat. You just, the longer you observe it directly, the more it hacks your brain to make you not notice it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. How the fuck were they able to do this? Where the fuck did they get this gene code from?
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit. You said
I took 2 from that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It increases exponentially the longer you watch it. But fortunately, it smells the blood in the air, quite literally.
Operation Abattoir is underway.
So Lawrence, you are in position and watch as the thing just is suddenly there is you're given the signal to close the doors and
Close doors.
Yeah, you both watch the thing get in there and just fucking eviscerate your poor it was a servitor, right?
It was a servitor.
Yeah, the servitor is gone. The meat's all eaten, but it's trapped in there. Yeah.
Like,
I can stop looking at that thing, and by the way, I'm just going to say it. Boy, am I glad that was not our servitor.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
like, good job, guys. You in the back. Excellent work.
Yeah.
What did it look
That-
like right before it devoured it/me?
Do you really want to know?
Sure, give me a will
Kind
times
of.
3 check.
94. No.
All right. All right, that's 5 acidity.
Jesus.
The teeth are fractal, and they keep expanding into infinity. It's hypnotizing. You gaze into its maw, and you don't want to look away.
Actually, that's like, stop looking at it.
But
That's-
it's so pretty.
That's what it's designed to do.
Neil, don't do it. Don't look.
It's a real good
It's okay.
predator.
It's okay. It's dead now.
Yeah.
No,
Anyways.
it's not dead. It's very decidedly not.
No, I mean the
Fortunately-
servitor's dead. I'm
Yeah. You lost connection.
I'm back in the dragonfly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the servitor's gone. It's
So
gone.
you probably want to get to the data server real quick.
Yeah, just run.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence,
that's
Yeah.
get to the thing as fast as you possibly can.
We have to
Well,
escort her. So.
Yeah, Diana's the only one with the encryption keys to unlock the server.
Okay, so we'll get together and run down there.
All right, so yeah, you all arm up and go down. There's the pack of causopods. You can all give me shooting checks to scare them off. Guns checks, as you don't have to kill them. It's not going to be a straight fight. You can just...
I got a 44 out of 80.
oh. All right, yeah.
They run.
Yeah, basically. They are pack animals, but they know what guns do. So, and they still have automated meat makers, so they don't want to.
No need for any
Yep.
kind of fighting, so.
So you get down to the bottom level.
Do we got another metapult? I think another metapult would be really useful right in here.
Another.
Does one of us need to go recover Diana?
No, she's coming with you.
Yeah.
You're already
Okay.
going down.
Awesome.
She was technically safe, so.
So you two are definitely going. Lawrence is going. Are you going as well, Nil?
Yes.
Okay. So when you get down to the bottom level, you can see it opens up. Actually, you can see the pale veins have sort of sprouted in there again, like an alien garden, just a network of veins growing through there. You can all give me perception checks, perceive checks.
Nope.
79 out of 80.
Okay. Yeah, you can see like a skeletal remains of some sort of biomorph out amongst the pale veins. There might be a cortical stack there.
What happened here?
Neil, can you reach?
Like I
that?
said, when we found out Clementine was she was a Neo-Luddite. She wanted to make these weapons to use the weapons of civilization to end civilization. So when we found out, because we don't believe that, we
had some words.
well, there was a lot of weapons fire. I mean, you can all see that. Like,
So she was a flat then.
no, she was in one of those brain boosting morphs. She used, yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly, but she was. She just believed in using the best weapons and technology to end weapons and to win technology, to end civilization. Like
What an asshole.
like the idea is like we destroy all civilization. She's explaining this as she's going to the server farm and like entering in the codes. Go into there, and the idea is destroy all civilization, destroy all technology, except at the last technology to keep is psychosurgery. Have psychosurgeons remove all knowledge of civilization from everybody else, and then they kill themselves, and then have one-time machines sleeve them into normal bodies, and then those machines self-destruct, and bam, we're cavemen again. Without spoken language. I mean, that's their dream. And this was the first step. So she made the bioweapons a little more powerful than what we were planning to use. So
You were saying that that's her out there, I'm guessing?
yeah. But it looks like she's among those pale veins, so that cortical stack is diamond. I know diamond pale veins can't get into diamond, so the cortical stack's probably intact unless it got damaged by plasma fire. So I could pay more if you want to get it, but
I think that she's out there for a reason. So
all right. Got it. As I was telling you, let's
go.
Get the fuck out of here.
Here.
So
Also agreed.
all right. If you give me the mesh connection, your mesh antenna access again. I'll pay you more so I can, transmit the data that I have to my people. And then, of course, I can...
After your friend pulled his little stunt, please understand that I don't mean to sound less than trustworthy, but we will gladly give you that as soon as we are all out of here and we've sealed that hatch behind us.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of fucked up, but I told them, I actually talked to Usman a bit and told them that you were all scavengers and you were just trying to get some of the raw resources in here. And I think he bought it, so he doesn't think that you're actually holding me at gunpoint. I don't have a choice. So... He doesn't know about the data at the server farm down here. So, yeah, he definitely doesn't want to know about that. So, yeah, I think we're good. So
I agree.
Seems like...
All right, so as you get back to the first floor, the PA comes and like, what the fuck are you doing, Diana? You seem pretty chummy with those assholes.
One more word and I blow her head off.
Yeah, fuck it, do it.
You seem a little bit enthusiastic for me to blow her head off. After you tried to shoot me in the face, I'm starting to wonder about all of you people.
I don't think maybe these people can be trusted, Diana. I don't think they're...
Look, let's not bicker and argue about who tried to kill who, okay? Let's just calm down.
I know exactly who tried to kill who. He tried to kill us, said while walking towards the door out.
So if you leave right now before I'm satisfied that you're not taking the data out, I have enough charges here to bring the whole base down and kill us all before you can get out that door. So let's all talk for a little bit.
You tried that once, and then you tried to shoot me in the face.
Because you're a fucking async.
I don't even know what the fucking async is.
Well, then who was next to you? Then they're an async.
I was like, I'm just looking at them shrugging.
SAIROC, are you an async? You got to tell me if you're an async.
Here, let me give you the Argonaut data on them. He uploads that. I have some connections with them. They're people infected with the Exurgent virus. They could be anyone. They can read minds.
I'm pretty sure I would know if I was infected with the Insurgent virus.
Then it's obviously not you. Then it must be your SAIROC buddy? Is that who you said his name is?
So that's like talking about playing with the Exurgent virus. What the fuck is down here? You explain that living wall. That's like that living hypnotic cuttlefish wall.
Look, man, Dr. Clementine paid for it. She was fucking crazy. She wanted to she's one of the fucking Luddite terrorist groups, primitives groups.
So, but that's like allow that too, but that's like comments on us too. I thought the Barsoomians were better than this.
How the fuck do you know? Diana, what the fuck do you tell them? You can't tell them that? Diana's like, I didn't tell them that?
Actually, okay, part of my deception check. So
yeah.
At this point, it's like, you're not the only one who have friends in that point and can recognize certain things, asshole.
Yeah.
Dr. Usman, is it possible that...
Hold on, let's do one thing at a time. First, let's do the
okay. Yeah, I need to... re-roll that.
So
you can't re-roll it.
Actually tell us that asyncs can read minds?
That is what you get on the data. That's what he says. It's an Exurgent, people infected with an Exurgent virus.
So, yeah, unless somebody can bolster me, I'm not going to be able to make it with a flip. So,
so...
You just kind of outed yourself to all of us by telling us what was in his mind that you read.
Well,
no, not really.
What was your lie specifically?
Just about that's like Barsoomians, which it's a known culture right now.
No, that's true. That you actually did know
that. You knew it.
Yeah.
So
the lie would be like,
how did you know that?
How did you know that?
As opposed to pulling it out of his head.
So
he asks Diana, "Did you tell them?" Diana says, "No."
So I'm making the lie. I recognize the encryption code, so the encryption signal.
So that was what your deception check was there. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you say that. So go ahead and give me your deception check for that. Now you can spend your point of flex before or after the roll.
Okay.
So are you doing it before the roll?
I'm going to do it after, because that allows me to flip it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the doing it before?
Plus 20.
Plus 20. Yeah, let me do it first, just in case. Then I have a moxie.
Okay.
In case.
You could also spend a point of suspicion. I'll give you a free crit.
No.
All right.
All right. Ought 4. That was much better.
Okay.
Ross, I will take you up on that.
Okay.
Spend the point of suspicion to get a free crit.
No, that was actually that's actually
him.
no. Sorry, that was only for Aaron to make the deceive check.
Thank you.
Can we roll kinesics?
You can roll kinesics. I assume you want to flip that to a 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's a 59 out of 80.
Okay.
39.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not the encryption. Diana says it's not her, but Diana.
One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah. All right. So you can make kinesics check against Diana too, Zemo.
Odd 6 on her.
Okay. You don't know if she's telling the truth or not. She could be lying. She might have told him. So you don't know, but he's definitely it wasn't the encryption thing, so maybe he's trying to cover for Diana, or maybe he is the async. Those are the only two options you can think of. So, but he does put on a public mesh thing that if any of you want to access, you can get. Are you accessing his mesh to get this data?
Yes, I will.
Well, okay. It's a copy of the same file you do. Apparently, they pass it around to a lot of people.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's actually got some different notes, so you can get some more information about that. So if you want to get knowledge asyncs, you can get that.
I already had that knowledge, but they don't know that, so I'm accessing it.
Okay, yeah, that's good. All right.
I'm going to do the same thing because I kind of want to know what the fuck this is.
All right, you don't have time to like read the full thing, but your muse
We'll
speed reads and says, "Yeah, this is from the Argonauts apparently, and they're a highly respected scientific faction, and they say that it's a benign version of the exertion virus." So, but anyways, he still says, "Okay." So he says, "All right, I'll bring out a robot with mesh inserts. All of you plug into that, and then I'll verify if any of you have the data on you. If I verify that you don't have the data on you, you can go."
All right, fair enough.
Okay. But if anyone has the data on it, they have to delete it. And if you do anything to make me suspicious, I mean, I don't have a choice. I have to keep this data. I am restored from backup from a while ago. Maybe they've already activated my backup at this point. So this is a social thing. You have to talk the guy down or go through with his thing. But Diana has the data. She's probably not going to be able to pass that. And
well, is there any way if she passes that over to us in some way? Wait, did she just download it onto like a physical drive, or she is actually putting it into like mesh storage?
Well, she didn't expect this, so she didn't have anything deceitful planned. It's just on her mesh inserts.
Mesh inserts.
So if you give her time, she might be able to hack it. So like if you can delay him, and you aren't TACNetted in with her, so you don't.
You know what? That is actually a great idea. I'll go first, because clearly I'm the one you suspect the most because you shot me in the face. And then my associate who was in the room will go second. And then third, and then fourth, and lastly the one that you trust the most, your own colleague.
Okay. Give me some kind of social roll. That could be provoke or persuade.
Persuade.
Okay.
Persuasion.
That's an 88.
That's a crit
That's
fail.
a crit fail.
Okay. I think, you know what's better? Diana goes first. Diana does not look happy about this.
God, Dr. Usman, how long have you been down here under these conditions?
Months.
How much interaction have you had with that thing down there?
None. It's dangerous.
Are you certain? Because from what we observed, it is the very peak of stealth predation.
Well, then it hasn't killed me. So if it snuck up and spied on me, and I wasn't aware of it, I wasn't aware of it. I didn't think it was big. I don't think it could get up here. We sort of sealed it down there.
It may have more sinister motives than merely devouring people. I observe would I have observed any change in behavior from you guys from the lucidity loss? Or is it just? Or is it just?
Yeah,
raw
no.
nerves?
I mean, you experienced quite a bit, so yeah, you're freaked the fuck out.
Yeah,
Like,
but all of us, right, basically, are just kind of noticing twitches because we've seen something.
you've
loose.
all heard
Yeah.
basilisk hacks are a publicly known thing. Like the idea of you look at something and then it fucking hacks your brain is something known. That's actually a Titan weapon, and so this thing seems to be able to do a basilisk hack.
a low grade version.
A low grade version of them, which is like, what the fuck?
That's what I want to spin. I
Okay.
want for
Sure.
I want.
You have
convince
first-hand
him
knowledge
what-
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, for all I know, this is what actually happened.
Okay.
He was exposed to this
give
thing
me-
without even noticing.
Yeah,
it.
I'll give you a plus 10 in a roll. That's a good. What are you rolling?
Persuade
Sure. What are you trying to persuade him to do? To look at this data? And
to accept the possibility that
his brain has been altered.
his
Okay.
perception is wrong.
Oh yeah, sure. That's a very good point.
That's an 18.
All right. He, I assume you're sending him the data, including the fractal images that you saw.
I will cut it a few seconds before
Okay.
the end. If he wants to see the rest, I will
He wants to
let
see
him.
the rest.
Put a content warning before it.
Yeah,
so.
trigger big ass trigger warning. But
Mhm.
yes, if he
All right.
insists, I will give him the full data.
Yeah, no, he's there's a bit of silence there. He's like, nobody leave. No. His muse comes up. Nobody leave. Nobody leave.
Mhm.
Please, nobody leave. Dr. Usman is analyzing the data.
I think we're all processing this.
Yeah. I mean, are you watching the fractal eating thing?
No. We already watched this.
No, you watched it from a distance. You didn't see the thing fucking eat the robot.
I don't need to.
Fair
Right.
enough.
And I'm just going to see if I can pass the message on to Diana that now would be a good time to, or is there a flash drive or something equivalent that we can just kind of palm pass her?
Do you have any bots left?
I've still got the squish bot.
No, the squish bot you had to lose to distract the.
Oh, that got destroyed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The Cosmopods would have totally eaten it. Actually,
Got-
you know,
Got
sorry.
the automech.
The automech, yeah. The automech she can sneak the data over to the automech. It is going to be encrypted, but the automech, somebody actually with Lawrence, you could act as a connection between the two.
Sure.
So,
I'm just standing there. Just...
yep. And so you basically are a physical Ethernet cable between
Nice.
the two. So give me an infiltration check.
Remember when we did this in job number 86?
Yeah, 95.
Is that still a success?
It is.
Okay.
Basically, only a 99 is a
Even except opposed checks. But they didn't get a 95 and still succeed. So so good job.
I told you, there's one thing I'm super good at.
Yep. So you sneak the data over to the automech.
Way to go, fiber octo cable.
So if he
like
doesn't
that.
check the
I don't
automech,
know.
it'll be safe. So you can in fact you decide, of course, you don't physically move the automech. Rather, because that would draw attention to it. So you're going to have to you realize you could build a nanoswarm to extract the data, sneak it in there later. So
Yep.
he analyzes the data. He says, yes, I think that is certainly true. He has calmed down quite a bit. However, I still think I have to analyze the data, make sure that none of you. I may be paranoid down here, but you can see how dangerous these weapons are and cannot be released. So
Under the circumstances, your concern is valid.
So but with that, since you don't have the data, you can all connect to his bot and prove that you don't have the data.
Yep.
Done.
So you do
I've got
that,
nothing to hide. I didn't do it.
and he doesn't think about the automech. And so you can leave, and then a few hours later, you've sent a nanoswarm in to get the data from the from your bot and beam it back to you.
And you do understand, of course, Doc, that we're not taking you with us. But
No.
we are going to take the other Doc as a hostage.
The
The one that didn't try to shoot us.
yeah, okay,
Stop provoking him.
yeah, I have to.
He doesn't like being shot.
You realize, you can all give me kinesics checks.
47.
19.
Judging from his voice, he's questioning his own sanity at this point because he was probably
As you do.
harmed by that fractal basilisk act, and he's been trapped down in a fucking death bunker for months.
That's a good band name.
Yeah, death bunker. Yeah. So Diana
That's definitely
is quite grateful once she gets the data and beams it up. She gives you 18 GP.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's 18 plus the original 3, so that's 21 GP right there.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what, guys? We got a mini score along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. All of you give me will 3 saves.
Nick?
Yeah.
20 made it.
Double 0.
Fail.
Okay. Those of you who fail lose 3 lucidities. You realize those weapons are now in the wild. Somebody has them. Yeah, it's fine. Somebody else's problem.
Possibly our problem later on.
Yeah. You also have, she did make 1 warhead with the pale vein on it.
That is true. So we have something to work against in our favor.
That'll take out a big chunk of wall.
Yeah. So
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
So
Gargantuan.
yeah, but Diana will stick with you. Obviously, she knows she can't get rescued until you get your mission. But she is happy to assist if you trust her enough to assist with that. Otherwise, she will sit and she'll do it. She'll be very. She doesn't. Yeah, she's very happy that she's being rescued. And yeah, so when we begin the next game, you'll be right before the assault on the Polar Fortress. So, but yeah, you just had a little side bit trek in the ice vault. So. Questions, comments, suggestions?
no, I really like the idea.
Oh, yeah,
of that,
definitely.
so
I like it.
so.
I feel good about these decisions.
Dude, we trapped the thing in a room.
Yeah.
Nothing bad's going to happen, and it'll stay in that room for a long time. I mean, that's a solid room with metal walls, and it's totally not going to fractal chew its way out.
It's a good room.
It's a
I
good
have
room.
faith in that room.
Yeah.
At least not until we're done.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
But maybe like this before he left, just leave a little sign like "Do not open." Like seriously,
Burn it into the door. So
seriously, don't open it.
Yeah. So, if it can't go, I mean, eventually, sorry, assuming it can't hibernate or anything like that.
That's good. That's good.
It can learn to eat
That's
silicate and
best
burrow
case
its way to
scenario.
the surface. So
Yeah. Assuming it wasn't strong enough to eventually chew its way out
And
anyway.
here's my thought as well. That's going to be on Mars, which we're leaving after we finish this job, because we're not going to be staying on Mars for a while. We're going to be hot. So
You'll be fine. I mean, you'll, I mean, basically, like, you'll do a score in space and then, or where.
although it's like that.
And then he will die down.
Yeah.
It's like this. I know this is out
Or
of
you
character
come back
right
with
now.
new
This is some Sentinel's problem now. This is not next
Yeah,
time.
you just
It's
start a new firewall mission.
Exactly.
Like,
Wait,
who are these
so-
assholes? God damn it.
Fuck
Well,
again.
hey, someone has to give Firewall business.
Sure.
That's a way to see.
It's not how fire works at all, but okay. Everyone gets 3 res points
nice.
for
It's the
doing your
parallel.
job and doing your successful mini score.
Yay.
And your 21 GP though is so I guess that would be 20 divided by 4 is 5 each, and then one person gets 6.
Okay.
Or you could just save it as a group thing.
David got shot. I
Rainy day
nominated
fun.
him for the extra one.
I don't because he initiated that shooting.
Yep.
actually, I didn't initiate that shooting. You did when you fuckled his brain.
But we don't know
You
that.
And-
pulled a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I walked in with a gun in hand, and so he shot me
And
with the
his
gun,
gun
he
was
had.
level.
And I still had an opportunity to possibly social engineer the way out.
Again,
but,
as I said,
you know.
let's not bicker and
Well,
argue.
you learned that some
Trying to-
people will know what an async is. when
No,
they-
and that's cool. So but I never got a chance to say anything.
Yep.
So
Yep. You get your brain fuckled.
yeah. So
And
But I think the paranoia level is going to go up a bit like asyncs. That's a thing?
that's a thing.
yeah,
And
that's
it
fine.
could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
Yep.
Even
Slow
you.
pan across the entire group.
Well, actually, we know it could be anyone except
Him.
Nil,
Yeah, you're fine. You're a
because
machine.
Nil has been in a machine this entire time.
That's true.
God bless your metallic.
Yeah,
soul.
the paper does mention
Clang, clang.
asyncs put in synth morphs become very uncomfortable and do not like it. And
Because they have no brain.
yeah,
No, they have no brain.
yeah.
so they saw, so it would be very noticeable if Nil was async. Yeah,
So you know it's not me, because I've never been happier since I sleep into a dragonfly.
yeah. So we'll begin the assault next time. All right, talk to you all later.
Bye.
Good night.